Shields up, Ironbreakers. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing good, and hopefully you can improve on that with some more gaming news. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. There's some Monster Hunter Wilds news, which haven't really been localized yet, but I have a little itty-bitty feeling that they're going to be getting localized in a bit. Naturally, we're going to be giving a more thorough look to Elden Ring's Nightreign DLC, which is going to be coming on the 4th of December. Once again, stacking things up on top of each other as only the industry really can, because that's kind of what they do. You know, it's because right now we're doing Elden Ring DLC on top of Metroid 4. Because why not? But yeah, there's also the Monster Hunter Wilds news. I also want to look at that big-ass video that's for the global launch preview of Where Winds Meet. So we're going to be checking that out to see whether or not we're probably going to be playing that on Friday regardless. But we'll get a look at what's the game looking like right now, and we shall see what is happening. But yeah, with that game releasing on the update releasing on the 4th, it's like December is kind of getting taken already. You know what I'm saying? December's kind of taken already. Also, I'm going to be talking about something else that happened. Bit of a sensitive topic. Not related to drama or anything, just something that happened to me the day before yesterday and yesterday. I will give you all of the details, and it's going to... it's going to be rough. Is going to be rough, is all I'll say about that. But, yeah. Anyways, starting things off. As per usual, shouting out the Thanes, Rurikhan's Anvil. Thank you very much to Colin LeSure, Crow Mag, Fulminus, Dan Pribernau, Luigi Rosa, and Greg Weibner, also for, like, ridiculous contribution on the last stream. Really, really appreciate support. But thank you all for being grossly incandescent as Thanes, you absolute giga-chads. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Thank you very much. Were you seriously checking out a NetEase game? Never thought I'd see today. I mean, the thing is, because it's a free-to-play game, I don't really have anything to lose. If I don't like it, I'll stop playing it. And if I do like it, I'll want to have played it now, because this is actually something that Gaijin mentioned in the latest podcast. Whenever you're checking out a free-to-play game, the best time to do it is on release. You want to play the free-to-play game on release, because that's when they're going to be the most generous in terms of, like, premium goodies and stuff like that. And then after a while, they're going to try to milk you dry, because that's usually how free-to-play games work, particularly if they're coming from NetEase. So might as well have my fun with it now, and then be done with it whenever the hammer falls, right? That's the way to look at it. True in any limited stuff. Yeah. Hey, Wada, what's up? How you doing? You always have your sanity to lose? Yeah. Rurikhan, remember next Tuesday you will take on a 9-star equivalent Ajaricon, man. Oh, yes. That'll be fun. What did Ruri play? Oh, the very first NetEase game I played. I mean, that's the game that caused me to call them the Skin Job Company. It was Diablo Immortal. December 16th is going to be a fun time for Wilds. Never got to hunt Gogmazios before. Same here. And like I said, we're going to get like a local... There's a post that's already out there in Japanese, but I'm going to wait for the localized version. I get a feeling that it's going to be a little bit later today. We're going to be getting that, and then we're going to be going over all of that and all of the features that we're going to be getting with the Gogmazios hunt and all of that good stuff. Ruri is planning to use them and lose them like they do with their whales. Oh, absolutely, bro. I'm going to go on a date with that NetEase game, and then I'm going to lose the number. It's like, oh, I lost your number. Oops. What do you mean? I'm sorry, I never called you back. I lost the number. Oopsie daisy. Man, early this... Oh yeah, there's also going to be a PoE 2 update. When's the PoE 2 update, Blade of Mercy? I haven't looked into that just yet. Did they just say early December and that's it? Because if they said early December, I already know it's going to be on the 4th as well. I hate the fact that all of these games are always competing with the same dates. It's always the same dates, bro. It's very, very hard. It's very, very hard, you know? Let me increase this. I think the music might be a little bit on the low side. Do. Ruri, they're fighting for your attention. They love you. Who's fighting for my attention? What? Oh, the games. Sure. Ruri suffering from success. It's not success if I don't get to cover everything that I want. That's not success. They didn't mention a date, but they said they're on track, so maybe going to be the first week. Yep. It's probably going to be another, the next league. I feel like it was kind of fast. Didn't leagues used to take a little bit longer? Maybe I'm not super informed on, like, the whole process, but yeah. Especially around Christmas, they all want to be the game. We're not going to survival in December. It is what it is. As I mentioned during the showcase, I now think all of the devs taking bets to see how much releases they can get in 1 month. It's been 4 months, so this is on schedule. Okay. Content creator debuff. Need to get in on day one. Yeah, we do have a debuff as content creators. It is what it is. Still in the middle of the league in PoE 1, and they're already coming out with 1 and 2. Yep. Very sorry, can't watch this stream. Gonna get my gallbladder removed tomorrow. I hope that goes well on Ixibara. I hope everything goes good. I'll see you later, bro. Crazy stuff. Let me get my water. I'm gonna need some water for this next part. Oh, maybe I should even get one of those cough drops. Listening to this at work gives me something to listen to on a boring day. Well, this next bit's gonna be rough. As a matter of fact, if you guys, depending on your empathy levels, I'm not sure how much people want to hear this, so I'm gonna be talking about something very sensitive, very real to me. This is not drama. This is something that happened to me on Monday. The reason I'm going to be talking about this is because I always tell you guys stuff that happens in my life, because I kind of feel like that helps you at least contextualize. Like, sometimes I might seem like I'm a little bit upset or something like that. At least gives you guys a little bit of context about stuff that is happening. And I already spoke with my wife and she agrees. Like, basically this is our, you know, the YouTube shenanigans and the streaming and all of that is, and content in general is our main livelihood. And we don't feel forced to share this story, but we feel that we should. So I'm going to be talking about it. So on Monday was just like normal day. Everything's going fine. I was actually in here, like, doing my hobby and, you know, the usual assembling miniatures, doing that. I've been assembling the Necron kill team, the Canoptic Circle, and I was doing that. And all of a sudden, I hear my wife calling out to me. And this is not something where, you know, usually she'll call out to me and it's just like typically normal. You kind of recognize the tone of voice, the usual everyday shenanigans. And this time it was more like a panic. She was calling my name in panic. And so I get up and I go, she was in my daughter's room because she was putting her to sleep. That sounded weird. She usually, you know, tucks her in, whatever, stays in bed with her for a little bit and then eventually gets back up. And so I get there. And my daughter's having a seizure. And this is literally the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. because you have no control. Usually, like, if your kid's getting in trouble, like if there's problems at school, or, you know, if they hurt themselves or something like that, usually you have some degree of control. Oh, you made a boo-boo, we're going to make it right. When you see your 7-year-old having a seizure, I'm never going to forget that shit. That is burned into my brain forever. And so she needs me to call 911. My phone just happened to not have any fucking battery. Like at that exact time that I need my phone the most, there's no battery. So I'm like, no, you call them, because I don't, you know, my phone is dead and whatever. In the meantime, I'm just looking at her, because we're trying to figure out how do we make this stop. And you can't. You just can't make it stop. And she's seizing like the usual, like exactly like you see in the movies. Exactly like that. So like her arms all stretched out forward, her hands folded like this, her whole body tensed up and shaking, and looking at her face, and her eyes are tilted up and to the left. I memorized this so that I could tell it to the doctors. They're up and tilted to the left, fully open, but she's not really focusing on anything. The eyes are just going like this, and her eyelids are all red, and the color is fading from her face. Oh yeah, before I go any further, she's fine right now. I'm sorry. My head's all over the place with this. She's fine right now. She's already been to the hospital. I'm giving guys everything that happened, but like right now she's fine. She's in school. But so she's losing color of her face. She's twitching, convulsing. You know, like I'm saying, it's just like what you see in the movies. I'm trying to comfort her. My wife is calling 911, asking what we should do. They're like telling us about the recovery position where you're supposed to make sure that Sheila's on her side. She's drooling. And I'm just like trying to comfort her. Eventually she calms down. And you know, and she calms down and like, oh, we're through this. It's fine. But I kind of feel like my wife she's great at like multitasking, way better than me, because I couldn't focus on anything else. I was just like, how do I make this stop? That was the only thing on my mind. How do I make this stop? She's like calling my parents to come pick up my son. My cousin lives nearby, so she's calling them as well so that they can come over in case we need help with something. She called the ambulance, and I'm just trying to comfort my daughter. I'm just trying to, everything's going to be okay. Just hang in there. And so it stops. So when it stops, I'm looking at her, and I'm trying to communicate with her, and she's got her eyes open, but it's like, it's one of those things where the lights are on, but there's nobody home. And so, I don't know which part was scarier, when she was having the convulsions and seizing, or the part afterwards, because I was trying to communicate with her, and there's nothing. She has her eyes open, she's breathing normally, but there's like nobody there. And I'm trying to get her attention. Not like violently, because obviously I don't want to like, you know. And so I just tell her, I'm just trying to call out her name. And this is the part that really scared me. Because like, I was right in front of her. Like, right in front of her. And I would call out her name. And every time I would call out her name, she would turn her head to the back as if she was trying to find me behind her. Like she couldn't see me in front of her. That was scary as fuck. And then eventually she fell asleep. And the people at 911, they said it's fine if she falls asleep because she's going to be really tired after the episode and all of that and whatever. And so she falls asleep, and then the emergency people get here, and they take her on the ambulance to the hospital. I follow behind because only one person gets to go in the ambulance. My wife went on the ambulance. I go to the hospital. I park the car near the hospital because you're not allowed to park in the hospital. And then when I get down there to go in, they won't let me in because you can only have one person accompanying a sick child. You can't have anybody else there so that it doesn't fill up with a bunch of people that are just like not really contributing anything. And I'm like, that's fine. So I stay outside for a bit, you know, while I'm texting back and forth with my wife. She's giving me progress updates and all of that stuff. And then eventually they're like, okay, she's gonna have to spend the night. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go and I'll be in the car because I was like super close. It was like less than a minute for me to get to the hospital in case anything was needed. I go to the car, I get some water for them. They actually let me go inside just to take the water. And she was fine. She was just like as happy and full of energy as she always is. And I was relieved because I was like, well, when she was home, I couldn't even talk to her. She wouldn't respond to anything. And so she was normal in the hospital. So then I have to leave because I can't stay there. And, you know, then I go to the car. I don't get any sleep because there's like street lights and there's not a whole lot of places to park that are close enough to the hospital. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever, I'll stay in the car. Dirty Saxophone, thank you very much for the souls. I really appreciate the support. Tip of the hat. Thank you. By the way, I'm not doing, like, we're good financially. We're good financially, guys. I appreciate it, but, like, we're good. I just wanted to tell you guys what happened. Thank you, Ark. Appreciate it, bro. Tip of the hat. Thank you so much. Anyway, continuing. So I have to leave because I can't stay there, and she's going to stay the night. And so I go to the car, and I'm like, you know, drifting in and out of sleep. And you know, one of the times that I woke up, I just checked my phone, and there's like a message there that's 49 minutes, and the wife tells me that like she had another one. And it was pretty much after she fell asleep. So it was the second time, because the first time that it happened, it was right as she fell asleep. She fell asleep and she started seizing. And then at the hospital, it was the same thing. She fell asleep and she started seizing. And now I'm concerned because once again, like I remember what the first one was like and how she wasn't communicative, and I just wasn't able to fall asleep anymore. I was just in the car trying to, you know, I was like, but is she communicating? And she's like, no, well, she's fallen asleep now. They gave her something so that she would fall asleep. This thing. Second. Thoggy, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate it. And so I, you know, she all I know is that she's asleep. I don't know how that second thing impacted anything. I don't know. So anyway, I'm up and I'm just like waiting until I finally get to go back in. And so eventually they let me go back in and she's fine. That's when I took this picture just to let everybody know that she was fine. This is her hand. She had like this thing that measure. I don't know if this is for measuring the oxygen in her blood or whatever it is. It's like, oh, she's got a finger like ET or whatever. And she has a catheter and usual shenanigans, and she's just laying in bed. She's fine. As a matter of fact, she started misbehaving while we were at the hospital. She was making the nurses' lives miserable. But you know, she was fine afterwards, and everything was okay. But obviously we don't know what it is. So she had I think in English it's called a CT scan. We call it a TAC in Portugal. She had a CT scan and she had some blood work, and all of those were fine. There were no issues detected in those, but she needs to have this other test called an EEG. Now, we couldn't do that blood test, we couldn't do that specific test. It's called electroencephalogram, whatever that's supposed to do. She couldn't do that one at the hospital because there were not enough technicians around. It's like, I swear, like pediatric urgencies near where I live, like if your kid's in trouble, it's really bad. It's not good. Like we were able to get there this time and get her, you know, to receive some care and stuff. But like in the past, I've had some really bad experiences with pediatric urgencies because they were just like, oh yeah, we don't do those on Sundays, when my son was like barely breathing. So I've had some bad run-ins with this type of health issue. So now we're waiting until people are available to do the EEG, which he hasn't done yet. And so what happens is the doctors, they're like, well, we're gonna release you. We don't know exactly what's wrong. Preliminary diagnosis indicates I forget what the exact term is. It's some form of epilepsy, supposedly. Some form of epilepsy that tends to happen in children between the ages of 7 and 10, and then it goes away. And then in her case, it seems like it's... In her case, it seems like it's when she's about to fall asleep or when she's about to wake up. So we have to be more careful around those times, because that appears to be the main situation where that can happen. And so once we're leaving the hospital, they prescribe us this medication. They're like, so this is something that you use only in emergencies. So if she starts seizing, you use this, but not immediately. So we're not supposed to use the medicine immediately. They're like, only if the seizures go beyond 3 minutes. I think this has something to do with allowing the brain to be able to deal with it and not become dependent on the medicine. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is. I'm gonna tell you right now, if she starts seizing again, it's gonna be really hard for me to fucking watch that for 3 minutes. The first one lasted 30 seconds and I thought I was gonna fucking lose it. They're telling me I have to wait 3 minutes before giving her something that's gonna make her feel better. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to wait that long. 3 minutes is a long fucking time. Especially as when I saw the fucking color start draining from her face. And so, supposedly if she has another one of those, we were supposed to use this medicine. So then, what happens, right? I'm like, okay, so priority number one, I need to get my daughter and my wife away from the hospital so that they can like rest and relax for a little bit. So I take them both to my parents' place, and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna go hunt for this medication so that we have the medication in case the thing happens again. Zane, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate the support, thank you. And so I go to 4 pharmacies. None of them have it. None of them have the medication. And I'm just like, okay. Time to stop driving all over the place, because this is a fucking waste of time. Time to start finding where this medication is. So I just pull up Google Maps and I'm like, pharmacies near me. And I'm calling each and every one of them. I already told my wife I can't find this fucking thing. I don't know what's going on with this medication. Like, I've been to 4 places, none of them have it. And so I'm literally just like going through every single pharmacy that's close to me. And I'm just like, boom, picking them all off the list. Suddenly I call a pharmacy where they tell me, a lady just called me asking for the exact same thing. And I was like, oh, great. Me and my wife are calling the same pharmacies now. So we're just wasting our time. We're just spinning our wheels. So I then expand my reach because I'm like, okay, so she's looking close by. I'm going to go look in the capital of fucking Portugal. I'm just going to go to the capital and pharmacies in the capital. And I'm phoning like fucking 10 of them. None of them have the medication. And so I'm like, okay, look. There's not a scenario where I'm going home for the day, and I don't have medication in case my daughter is, has another seizure. This is not happening. I will have something. So I tell my wife, like, listen, you were the one at the hospital the most. So the people there, they know more about, you being there than me. So you go to the hospital and you tell that doctor that prescribed you this medication, like, give us something else, because this thing you're asking us to get doesn't fucking exist in this whole goddamn country. Like, I will go to the southern edge of Portugal. I will go to the northern edge of Portugal. I will go fucking anywhere. But this thing just doesn't exist. Okay? Right now, it doesn't exist in this country. I'm calling my friend because my friend Knox, his mom works at a pharmacy. I'm calling him and like, bro, like, help me, fucking something. I need something. Eventually the wife goes to the hospital. They prescribe her a different thing. And that one I was able to get like at the first pharmacy that I went to. And I was like, okay, now I have something. No, I'm chill. I'm good. Okay, if she has something, we have this thing to fix it. And so then, after all day driving around, going to pharmacies and shit, I'm reminded, oh, tomorrow my kid has a math exam. And obviously, just because his sister is going through shit, so I have to like tutor him on math to prepare him for the exam. And at the same time, we had the live stream that I was like, oh, man, should I do this live stream? I was like, oh, fine, I'll do it. We did the PlayStation State of Play. And then after that, I'm like, okay, now let me go check in on them, because none of them, she didn't say anything. So I assumed that everything was fine, but I go check in on her. Now, the thing is, my wife saw her have the seizure twice. I only saw it once. And so she's just like in a state of panic, because like obviously we're not going to let her sleep by herself. And so I'm just like, look, just go upstairs, I'll sleep with her. And I was able to convince her to go get some rest, because she was like in a complete panic state. She wouldn't have been able to get any rest at all. She was like shaking when I got there, because basically my daughter was asleep and she was just waiting for it to happen again, because it's almost like in her head she knew it was going to happen, because she saw it happen twice. Every time that she fell asleep the night before, she saw it happen. So she was just like waiting for it to happen so that she could rush and get the medicine to, Luckily it didn't happen. I spent the night with her. One thing that I learned is my daughter has terrible sleep, because she kept kicking me and elbowing me in the face and slapping me in the face. Like, I mean, literally, like, she just like be sleeping all of a sudden, like, slap, bitch! Just like slap me right in my head all the time. And I was like, that's fine. You can do that today. But yeah, so we're gonna be, obviously sleeping with her to make sure that she doesn't have an episode, because something that you start wondering is, has this happened before and we hadn't noticed? And we just don't know. We just don't have any way to know. So she's not going to be sleeping alone anytime soon, to make sure that everything is fine. I need to get like some type of a medical wristband or an Apple Watch, or I don't fucking know, something that monitors her heart rate and sends alerts before we're going to feel comfortable leaving her sleeping by herself, basically. Are you sure she was asleep and not taking advantage of the situation? I'm pretty sure she was asleep, because at one point she fell off the bed. Like, to give you guys an idea, at one point during the night, she literally turns like the opposite way. So she's sleeping towards the bedside of the bed. Not the bed, the feet side of the bed. And I'm looking and I'm like, that's fine. Still plenty of room in there, no issue. And then suddenly I see her literally just like start crawling. She falls off the bed, doesn't cry, doesn't even wake up, and just keeps crawling on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is this? I'm left wondering. Is this how she always sleeps? This is some fucked up sleep. Because it's so weird. Because usually we put her on the bed, and then when we go there to wake her up in the morning, she's pretty much almost in the same position that we left her. So this is like the first time that I've slept next to her, and I've seen this behavior, and I'm like, what is going on? But luckily, no episodes, no nothing. So could have been just like a one-time thing. I don't know. But now we have the medication in case it happens again, and we're ready. And like I said, now I just need to get like some type of a wristband or something that monitors her heart rate and sends an alert to my phone or something like that. Running away from your body heat. Her bed is big enough. Her bed is big enough. She's not running away. This speaks to me a lot. Seizures are scary, but they are common. It's a body reflex. Doesn't mean there's a problem. And yes, you can have a seizure and think it's just... Yeah, she doesn't remember anything. She doesn't remember anything. She doesn't know what happened. Like, she didn't understand why she was... She didn't understand why she was at the hospital. So she doesn't remember anything. But everything is fine now. Like I said, she's at school. She didn't go yesterday, obviously, because she was in the hospital. And but yeah, everything seems to be okay. But we're gonna keep monitoring. We're gonna see when we can go and do the EEG and do all of that stuff, and see if I can get her like one of them bracelets that lets me know if anything bad happens or whatever. Yeah. Goldbrick, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you very much. My Bill only knows has a seizure as his partner has epilepsy themselves. Filmed it. I don't even want to remember it. Like every time that I'd be talking to people about what happened and I'd be describing it, I would just break down every time because it's just like seeing it. You're never ready. Like you've seen it in movies when, especially I feel like if you're seeing it like on a loved one, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It's the scariest thing I've seen in my life. Like, hands down. I don't think I've ever seen anything scarier than that. I don't think I've ever done anything that was scarier than that. My sister has epilepsy, literally had a seizure yesterday. It's still scary for me even after 10 years. Jesus Christ. I followed on X, which nearly brought me to tears. My kid in the first years had trouble, so it speaks to me. Hard time for you to believe it's kind of in control. I don't know if it's in control. I hope it is, but we're definitely on top of it. Scary. My ex-girlfriend had epilepsy. It's so strange that I don't hear more people talk about it though, because like it seems like this is a very well-known thing. I know that my Jesus. Tilted Glory Gaming, you are crazy, sir. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Tip of the hat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I said, I'm fine financially. Like, we can deal with this. It's fine. I don't need additional support. You guys have done more than enough. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's way too... I don't know what to say. Can it be life-threatening, or is it not clear yet for her? I mean, it can be life-threatening depending on the duration. It can have, like, it can have permanent problems if it lasts more than, I think they said more than 5 minutes, which is why they want us to wait 3 minutes before administering the medicine. Although, like I said, I don't know if I can last 3 minutes waiting for this thing. That's crazy. Karma King Rules, thank you very much for making 10 people grossly and getting us in tip of the hat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. Thank you very much. But Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Tilted Glory Game. You're way too kind. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Ashbell. My MIL has really bad seizures. The wife is terrified. She and our kids will have the same thing. It's like I said, it's like nothing could have ever prepared me for something like that. You know, you're never ready for the responsibilities of being a father, but like seeing something that's so out of your control and that you can't stop it is just like, it's crazy. Ben and Pure Evil, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate support, thank you. I had seizures as a baby. I can't even fathom what that was like for a first-time mother from my mom's POV. Jesus Christ. I can tell you it's like, it's like I said, I don't know what everybody's experiences is, but out of my whole life, that was the scariest, that was the most scared I had ever been. It's like I was saying, I don't even know what was scarier, if it was when she was having the seizure or the after part where I'm trying to communicate with her and she's completely non-responsive with her eyes open and just like, I'm just doing my best to comfort her so that she can relax, but she's just like not responding at all. And every time that I would call her name and she would turn her head to the back like she was searching for me behind her. Like, I don't know what causes the brain to react in that way, but that's fucking scary. In France, they advise us to only give them the medication if the seizure persists for longer than 5 minutes. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Fucking 5 minutes sounds like a very long time. I don't know, because like when she was at the hospital, the second she started seizing, according to my wife, the second she started seizing, they went in there and they gave her the medication. They didn't wait for shit. I don't know how I feel about this whole gotta wait for 3 minutes. Luis Rosa, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she was probably in shock and that's why she was like looking behind, trying to find me. But the whole thing at least is that her CT scan was clear, her blood work was clear, and all we need is the EEG, and we can figure out what's going on and just make sure that it doesn't happen again. But yeah, just in case I seem low energy, I haven't slept for 2 days, basically, amidst all of this stress, because like sleeping in your car right next to streetlights, that ain't no goddamn sleep. And then yesterday I slept with her, and today I'm going to do it again because I want to make sure that my wife gets at least another night's rest, so that she can, you know, fully recover. Because like I can function on very little sleep. I've had a lot of practice. I've had a lot of practice over the years. Not sure if you guys remember, a lot of late nights. We've had a lot of practice with low sleep. We can, you know, over here in the Iron Breakers, we can function on very little sleep, okay? We're not functioning at 100%, but we can do fine. So it's like, I'm like, yeah, I'll take another shift with the daughter, and then you can take one shift, and you know, we're gonna be taking shifts, sleeping alongside her to make sure that she doesn't have anything like that happen again. I didn't post a Discord notice for this stream. Look at me slacking big time. Big time slacker. Thank you. I think I was going to do that, and then I decided to go take a shower instead because I hadn't showered in a while. Ruri is Olympic level sleepless. Yep. Deepest sympathy for you, Ruri. My son also had seizures shortly after he was born. I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. That's fucking insane. Oh yeah, my kid also jumped into the room. He saw it. That's something that I'm also going to have to deal with at some point. he saw it happening, because like he completely didn't understand. And my kid, with all the ADHD and stuff that he has, he had a panic attack, and I wasn't even able to like address that properly because I was focused on her. But yeah, he was like completely confused, deathly scared in his eyes. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Is she gonna die? What's going on? Is it like he had no idea. It's fucking crazy. Ratut, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. The one day he had an excuse to be late, he was on time. And the strong be strong, keep a positive mindset. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm gonna figure this out. Like, there's no... It was just like yesterday, right? Where I was like, there isn't a scenario where I finish my day and I don't have this medication. If I have to go to the fucking lab and synthesize it myself, there isn't a scenario where the day ends and there isn't a medication here. It's kind of like the same thing. There isn't a scenario where I'm not going to support her. You have to take me out. It was like my wife was saying, you need to go home, get some rest while I was at the hospital. And I was like, you're gonna have to shoot me and then carry my dead body out of here. I am rather cool. Thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Jesus. Rex, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Someone who takes care of my elderly mom and grandma. My heart goes out to you and your family. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rex. Jesus. Guys, thank you. I appreciate it. But like I said, we're doing fine financially, okay? I just want to tell the story just to let you guys know what had happened. That's it. But I appreciate it. Basil, sir, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. But yeah, that's the whole thing. What happened on Monday and Tuesday, and hopefully no more of that. But yeah, I will keep you guys posted if more stuff happens or not, just that you guys are aware. But ultimately, I'm hoping there won't be any further developments, and if anything bad happens, we'll have the medicine so that we can give it to her and it should be fine. Yeah, Seraph, the same thing here. I thought this would be more rare. Victor, my daughter had 2 seizures Monday night. That's what happened.
If only I could be
Rain 89 Scarlet, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Neil. I want to do research. I haven't had the time, obviously, because I was busy dealing with everything else, but I want to do research on potential ways of, like, because I don't want to just do the recovery position thing. I want to see if there's more that we can do before we have to administer the medicine, or even stuff that we can do as part of a ritual of putting her to bed or whatever, so that it reduces the chances of it happening or whatever. I'm going to do as much research as I can on that. Thank you guys. It's much more common than you'd think. Yeah. It's just surprising to me because I don't see people talking about it all that much. Because I don't know if it just gets normal after you've seen it happen a couple of times, but like, it's the scariest shit. It's so common. My doc was like, you're fine, it happens, found nothing wrong. Yeah, that's kind of like what they said about her. They're like, yeah, it's probably something that happens between the ages of 7 and 10. She should be fine. And then by the age of 10, that just stops happening. It's just, when you see it out of nowhere, there's like no warning signs, no nothing. It's just all of a sudden, bam. You're just like, holy crap. But yeah, I believe that, at least I want to believe that we're over the worst of it. So we'll see how that pans out. How about we talk about something a little bit more positive, huh? How about that? Now you guys know everything that happened. We can talk about some more positive stuff. Did the doctor give any potential trigger factors? Falling asleep and waking up. For her, it seems falling asleep and waking up. So, last night, we got to watching the PlayStation State of Play, the Japanese version of the PlayStation State of Play. And, you know, there was a whole lot of stuff in that show. There was not, like, a lot that I personally was super interested in. I have some notes here. So it's like we got Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, that looked really good. We got Broken Lore, Unfollow, and Ascend. This is a first-person survival horror game. I don't usually play those. Fatal Frame 2 Remaster coming to PlayStation. I have a suspicion this might be... No, because I think the older Fatal Frames had come to PlayStation, but like, I don't think we had seen a Fatal Frame on PlayStation for a hot minute. Dynasty Warriors Origins major DLC. There was some Gran Turismo 7 DLC, which, by the way, that's the thing that got us the copyright and the video blocked. It was the music from Gran Turismo 7. That blocked the whole stream. Ark, I saw your short. I bet 100% jizz your pants. Wait, we have a short from Ark. I need to watch that. We'll watch that when we get to this thing. Let me look that up. Oh, there it is. The king is back. We'll check that out in a minute. But yeah, so there was Gran Turismo 7, then there was Motion Wreck, which is a pixel platformer, Wandering Sword, AI Somnium. Wandering Sword looked pretty good too. It's like one of those 2.5D JRPGs. Nevergrave. Nevergrave also looked good. It's like a 2D Metroidvania, really neat art style. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect, which seems like some type of Blaze Blue beat 'em up. There was this Gaia game. I forget what the name of it was, but it was made by the people who made this Gaia. That one looked really good. Kind of interesting. Then there was some kind of a gacha game. And then there was the most important thing of all. And yes, Safer, I did see the Japanese tweets, but I believe we're going to be getting a localized version of those posts. So we're going to be waiting until those become available before we go over that. State of Play had 3 things I was hyped for: Fatal Frame, Elden Ring, and Monster Hunter. If Monster Hunter was just a poster, lol, cool poster. Yeah, but that poster shows 8 hunters in the same hunt. Which is something we got to talk about. There were 8 hunters. Where we might just be breaking the rule of 4. This very important rule in Monster Hunter, the rule of 4, because at some time ago, some chieftain took his wife on a hunt, whatever it was, and there were 5 people in a hunt, and she got fucking killed, and since then, the guild said no more than 4 hunters. It's always 4 hunters. We're gonna break the rule of 4. I was listening to voices outside. Every time Ark hears Artorias, his mind goes to 18+ content. If this isn't a siege, it's a raid. I'm happy either way. Oh yes, it's going to be some new stuff happening for sure. I'm not going crazy. There are definitely voices
If
outside.
only I could be so
second.
grossly incandescent.
Yeah, there's some people arguing outside. I don't know what's going on. None of my business. Did Alma sign off on this? Yeah, we need to see if Alma allowed for there to be 8 hunters, but we're going to be talking about that a little bit further ahead when we get there. Wait, you going for Where Winds Meet too? We're gonna watch, like, there's a video that they've put out. We're gonna be watching that video to see what's going on. But anyways, I was saying, after we saw all of these things on the State of Play last night, we got to see probably one of the most important things. It was between this and the announcements for Title Update 4, where they just showed, hey, Gogmazios is coming for Title Update 4 in Monster Hunter Wilds. But they did show us that picture with the 8 players, you know. It was that and this. Those were the two most important things that I cared about in that show. So, Elden Ring Nightreign reveals the Forsaken Hollows DLC launching December 4th. We saw some stuff in there. We're going to be watching that trailer again. Then we're going to be watching it and pausing it and doing the usual shenanigans that I do. A couple of things. We saw some of the mobs from Shadow of the Earth Tree. We saw Artorias, and we saw a lot of new bosses. Like, I don't remember some of that stuff because of all the events that happened to me on Monday and Tuesday. But we're going to be going over all that with a fine-tooth comb. So they say here on the official Bandai Namco website, new DLC for the multiplayer co-op survival action game features 2 new player classes, new bosses, and a new shifting earth environment. I almost thought that it was going to be a whole new map, but it seems like it's still Limveld with just the new shifting earth. I kind of wished we had gotten a whole new map. Yeah, Elden Ring Nightreign, the multiplayer co-op survival from Software, survival game from Software, revealed the first look at the game's DLC, Elden Ring Nightreign, The Forsaken Hollows, which launches December 4th. They go ahead and they just say the same thing. 2 new Nightfarers, new bosses, new shifting earth, and more await in Limveld. From the souls and blood of the fallen, a wounded spirit follows. The Dreglord awaits. Elden Ring Nightreign, standalone multiplayer action game from Software, Inc., published by Bandai Namco, is unleashing new abomination onto players in the form of Dreglord, one of the new final bosses in the upcoming Elden Ring Nightreign, The Forsaken Hollows. The DLC introduces 2 new third-day bosses, new field bosses, new shifting earth. A special condition where the map sees massive geographical changes and new points of interest in Limveld for players to explore. The 2 new Nightfarers are joining the fray as well with the ability to take on the Night's Tide. December 4th, PlayStation, yada yada yada. Players who own or purchase the Deluxe Collector's Edition will automatically receive DLC at launch. Other players are able to purchase DLC separately for more details. How much does it cost? Do we have a price? Do we have a price on that DLC? Let's see. Forsaken Hollows, $15. For 2 new Nightfarers, new maps, new stuff. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a lot of content out of that, considering that I already have, like, how much do I have on Elden Ring Nightreign? Elden Ring, right? We're almost at 200 hours for 40 bones. I'm okay paying 15 more bucks for additional content for us to check out. So, although I will say, depending on who the new Nightfarers are, the likelihood of me just, like, playing them, doing their story, and then just switching back to Birdman, that's pretty high. That's a pretty high likelihood that we're just going to play that stuff and then change back to Birdman. It is what it is. I'm definitely expecting multiple DLC drops. I don't know. If no new map, I don't think it's worth. It depends on how much the shifting earth changes the map. I don't even know if I have to buy it or if the version of the game that I have already includes it. I don't know if there's a way. Is there a way for me to see? DLC. Bonus gesture, art book. Okay, so I already have it. Okay. I already have the stuff. All right. Because the version that I have is the deluxe version, I guess. I'm kind of disappointed that From Software is releasing 2 co-op games back to back. I mean, like I said, they are still cooking another game. There's not a universe where From Software is not cooking a more traditional Souls experience, and they're just doing this multiplayer stuff. I don't think there's a world where that happens. So I'm pretty sure that like Game Awards or something like that, we're going to be getting some news on what From Software is working on. But they're cooking. They're cooking. And these are not mainline titles, correct. So anyway, let's take a look at this trailer. Let me just pause this right here. Oh yeah, here's the trailer right here. Look, it's Ark.
Oh my...
Wait, I need more audio. Where's the audio on this thing? I'm such a boomer. I don't do shorts.
Oh my god, dude, you can't do this to me.
This is gonna get me copyrighted right here.
It's been so long. That's Artorias. Oh my.
Didn't I tell you guys last night as the stuff was happening that like Ark was gonna be completely losing it?
Oh my.
I said it last night, like, oh man, Ark is definitely gonna be absolutely losing it today, dude, when I saw Artorias. So let's watch the trailer without interruptions one time, and then we're gonna be doing the pausing thing that I always do.
Bring an end to it ourselves. Curse this Dreadlord.
The aftermath of the long night. I suppose it must be fate at work again.
Look at our boy. The Forsaken Hollows. Two additional Nightfarers. So it's this dude over here, who is some dude that uses a book to do his special abilities. 2 additional bosses, additional shifting earth, and more. One of the bosses being, I'm assuming this is the Dreadlord, and then there's the Valkyries thing that we saw. I think, maybe. And this is the already available collector's edition. So we're going to go back, and now we're going to go analyze every single last frame. George K340, I may skip this DLC, no motivation to play after getting all trophies from the base game. I mean, I got the trophies because it just kind of like happened normally, but I don't really care about the trophies. I care more about reaching depth 5, which we still haven't done. Ark just gets abused in this chat. No. Ark's my island boy. He's an island boy, but he's my island boy, okay? Every time I think of Ark, he's wearing one of those, you know, those Hawaiian straw skirts? That's what he's wearing every time I think about him. Every single time. He's got like, you know, he's bare-chested, and then with one of those skirts, and he's got like those fancy island bracelets. Anyway, continuing onwards, let's guys, we need to look at this. Violence and blood. Okay, so we have a look at Limveld. Sorry, I'm just lowering how big the bar is a little bit here. I'm trying to find like differences in here already, but the only thing that I can see is it seems like there's more forts. Like this is definitely a new point of interest. Wait, this could be the event that changes the geography significantly that they mentioned. Because, like, look at the amount of forts. There's, like, forts on top of forts on top of forts. And then there's this, like, twisted-looking fort. Which, isn't this kind of like that that fort that we go to, which is the Mirais fort, whatever, where you see the picture of Melania, because bro over there was obsessed with Melania. Fortnite. Just wish more night fairs will be viable for solo play. I actually almost wish the game didn't have solo play. I do. I would prefer if the game was like 3 players. It's made for 3 players. You can queue as 2. You'll get a third one matched, and you play it for 3 players. I think the game is at its best when you're playing with 3 players. So we get a glimpse at what the land's going to look like with that. You can see that this castle also has like a lot of poisonous stuff going on there. So this is definitely a new point of interest. And massive geographical changes here. Now in this scene we see the Duchess, I forget his name. You guys know John Nightreign and the Executor. Title screen. So this is one of the dudes from Shadow of the Erdtree. I actually like these dudes a lot because they have like that one lance that does the fire thing with the laser. And I remember being super into that. I was like, this is one of my favorite weapons. That's a fantastic weapon. So I like those guys a lot. The Fire Knights, whatever they were. He's got the Zweihander. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get that weapon in this DLC. We have Duchess here. In what appears to be a new location. I don't think we've seen this location before in game. At least if we have, I don't remember it. And she's fighting the these guys have really the Cuckoo Knight. She's fighting a Cuckoo Knight with a Cuckoo shield. He's got a spear, and she's doing her invisibility shenanigans. Bro, what is it with me and names? Why am I so bad at remembering names, bro? Recluse? I think it's the Recluse, right? This one? This one should be the Recluse. I hated the Recluse. Hate is a strong word, but I didn't like playing it very much. There he is. Boom! While they're dropping his bomb, I think this is still the Ice Dragon. Callisto, whatever was the name of the Ice Dragon. We see some artwork here. He almost has like that alien skull. But they don't actually show the Dreglord. We have like a crystal thing here. This is another huge shift. Like this is a shifting Earth that we haven't seen. Oh, we actually see one of those giant creatures we keep seeing in the distance. But he's dead. He's dried up. Estelle, and this is the new class then. So this initially I thought that was the Duchess, but now that we've seen the artwork of the new class, this is the other second new Nightfarer. And I really like the spell that she does because it actually moves you upwards for a strike on a foe that is much bigger than you, which is really cool. Okay, so we can tell what that spell does. That spell gives you a free adaptivate almost, right? She triggers it. Does an explosion. Boom. Adaptivate. She's got a mace. Which, by the way, I don't think I've seen this weapon in the game. Because this is like a big mace. And then this flight move is really cool. Look at the flight move. Oh, and also, Illumitati, thank you very much for being Gross Guys for 2 months. Sorry, I almost missed that. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Look at the flight move. Whoosh. Poof. And she does some type of Cthulian attack. Like, look at that. It's like all them tentacles. That is straight up out of Cosmic Horror. You cannot tell me that that is not out of Cosmic Horror. This particular spell reminds me of the Dungeons and Dragons spell called Turn Undead. I don't know if that's what it is. It seems to put some kind of debuff on the enemies. Oh, and we're getting those Viking-looking enemies. Weren't these the enemies in... no, because they don't have cloaks. It's one of the DLCs of Dark Souls 3. The one in the ice. This one gives me the vibes of those. Because I remember using that axe, if I'm not mistaken. Duskbloods? No, it's not Duskbloods. It's definitely that... is it the Ice DLC? I think it's the Ice DLC. Ashes of Ariandel. Yeah, I think this is the Ashes of Ariandel DLC for Dark Souls 3. Those are from Sote? Oh, they might be from Sote. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Never mind. I'm stupid. Those are from Shadow of the Erdtree. You're actually correct. I'm entirely wrong. I was getting the two mixed up. Also, what is Gladius doing here? This is not his arena. Gladius Invasion. Gladius Invasion. And then we have the Lion Dancer, whatever it was, the one from Shadow of the Erdtree. I heard people really like this monster. I remember that when people fought this monster in Shadow of the Erdtree, everybody had a really fun time. Don't you guys remember that? Do you guys remember all the compilations of streamers quitting over this boss? Bro, that was hilarious. Dude, that was I remember seeing so many people quit over this boss. I think I beat it on my second try. Actually. This is one of the few that I beat on my second try. Not picking up a single Shadow Tree fragment. Yep. Some people were downright refusing. They're like, I don't like that mechanic, so I'm not going to do it. It's like, okay. Have fun getting beat the shit up. That's fine. Dancing Lion might end up being the new Shifting Earth. Might be. The new boss? Look at that. They're coming straight from heaven. They're Valkyries. I want to call these the Valkyrie boss. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know if they have anything to do with Valkyries. They definitely look like Valkyries to me, is what I'll say. And it's your boy, Artorias. Now, those of you who are not terminally addicted to Dark Souls 1 might not remember. But the animation that they show in this trailer is literally, frame for frame, the exact same animation that you get when you enter the Artorias Arena in, what was the name of that DLC again? Dark Souls, I forget what the name of it was. Something Abyss. Shadow of the Abyss? No, it's not Shadow of the Abyss. Something of the Abyss. Artorias of the Abyss. Maybe. Whatever. You guys get the idea. It's the same animation. Like, you see, he stabs a corpse just like he stabs a corpse in the DLC for the original Dark Souls. And then he gets it on the blade and he yeets it towards you. It's the exact same animation, frame by frame. I can't wait to see people go like, reuse the asset, slap. Reuse the asset, slappa. Oh my god, it's an amazing animation. Why would you have to change it? That's the thing. That animation's fantastic. Door opening animation. It's always the same. It's always the same. Now, this boss, I don't recognize. Anybody recognize this guy? Or is he just like brand new? Is he the Dreglord? Oh, actually, he might be the Dreglord. Yeah, look at his skull. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, my brain just clicked. It just clicked. I can't believe it. Give me a second. I can't believe that my brain actually worked. My friggin' boomer brain just clicked.
Curse this Dreglord.
Look at that. Look at that head. Let me see if this makes sense. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Should be around here. Look at the shape. Look at the shape. Look at the shape. Nah, this one has much more human features, but like the shape in which it goes, right? The whole it increasing size, it made me remember the Dragon God, but it has human features. It's more human-like. Yeah, it is more human-like, but I don't know, just the feature of that head, the features of that head just reminded me of this. Ruri going full Vati mode? No, bro. My brain's not as wrinkly, okay? There's not enough wrinkles in my noodle. My noodle needs more wrinkles. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, we were on this guy. I think this guy might be the Dreglord. Yeah, they don't give you like a proper shot of him. Definitely feels like he's the Dreglord. He's like the main, I feel like he's the main baddie of this DLC. I think it's Manus. His abyss invades Elden Ring universe. Manus. He has a mace though. He doesn't have like the big arm that Manus has. Well, Manus also had like a staff that was somewhat similar to that. I don't know, I feel like he's a little bit fat to be Manus. He's too fat. Like, you see how he's a thick boy? Let me see what Manus looked like. Pull up like a good picture of him. It's your boy Manus. He does have a staff similar to what this guy has, but he's got like that bad hand. Not sure about the shape of it. Well, it definitely has human-like teeth in the skull. Definitely has that. I don't know. You might be onto something. You might just be onto something. Was that a hand like at the bottom there? When the fog dissipates, you can kind of see it. Because, like, it goes all the way down here. I can't tell if that's from the boss or if that's just, like, poop on the floor. If it was Manus, would it command it would command a darkness, right? Not the rusty metal scraps. Who knows? It might be like a different version of Manus. Fully formed Orphan of Cause. Godwyn? Godwyn the Dreglord? Wait, what was Godwyn's face like? No, I don't think it's Godwyn. I don't think that's God. Maybe he's wearing Godwyn's face as a meat cloak in his back. Because you know he's got that meat cloak going. He's got that meat cloak going for him. Look at that meat cloak. No, those look like wings almost. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. We shall see. I'm super excited for it. I'm super down for it. I've already gotten like almost 200 hours of enjoyment out of this game. So I will happily play some more of this. This is awesome. Isn't it the Dung Eater standing? Dung Eater? No, Dung Eater had an armor. Dung Eater had the rotten armor. Could be the Dung Eater without armor, but I don't think so. I don't think they would want it to be the Dung Eater. Meat Cloak sounds like a Monster Hunter set. Maybe Bale, but he nosedived into a minefield. Cast you, Bale! You will rue this day. Thick of hide you might be, but I will... Is it penetrate your hide? I forget what the thing was. With a hail of harpoons. That's like the best line. With a hail of harpoons. 3 weeks to catch up on Deep of Night. I'm not going to get to Depth 5. It's not happening. Especially now that people have probably been taking a break. I'm actually curious what the charts are looking. Search for it. Elden Ring. Wow, there's still like 28,000 people playing it. That's like really healthy numbers. 40 bones. Still 30,000 people playing every day. That is really good. That is really freaking good. I am super excited for this. Super excited for this. And luckily it comes out early enough that we can just play this. And then by the time, you know, we're likely have experienced most of the stuff, we're going to get the Monster Hunter stuff, which is perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's out the same day as Metroid 4. Seems like you got some decisions to make, my friend. Seems like you got some decisions to make. I need to get some fruit real quick. I'll be right back. We got some mango. Z Mystery. Thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now wait. Is this the same Z Mystery that was carrying people on Omega? It has to be, right? GigaChat supporter supreme. Who here doesn't remember GigaChat Z Mystery? If you were here during Savage Omega, you absolutely remember Z Mystery. Might have missed a bit of condition. You want to research his Bects. I'm gonna save a browser with that right now. Thank you, Altian. Chicken tenders ready to fry. Chicken tenders! What are we eating? I'm just eating some mango. I just try to have like a balance of fruit at around this time of day. Because fruit's good for you. And usually I don't feel like eating fruit. So I kind of just force myself. So around 4 p.m., you eat some fruit. Still haven't fought Omega on Wilds. I can only recommend it so much. It's so good. It's like one of the best. Jesus Christ. Bro. Listen, guys. I really appreciate support. Jojo Mojo, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Like, I would just like to point out. You guys have been way too generous already today, okay? Look at this. Where's the thing? They used to have a thing where it would say, like, the ridiculous revenue the stream has made. Yes! See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, guys. Wait, you guys can't see it. This is crazy. This is insane. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But like I said, we're good financially. I'm good. Thank you. This is crazy. God damn it. God Emperor, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you. Are too kind. Thank you. You guys always humble me. Like, what the fuck? Ah, man. Now you can buy your kids some cigarettes? Yeah, right. How do I feel about where winds meet? We're going to be finding out soon. Because, like, right now, the thing that I feel is that I don't trust the company. Am I going to talk about armor limit break in Wilds? Yes. I'm still waiting for the post to get localized, because I'm pretty sure they're going to localize the post today. So, there's a couple of other news for us to talk about. These are going to be some bad news for some of these people. Let me just get through some of this mango. We're going to talk about this. I should finally get Nightreign. Friend of mine, I got into Souls games, I've been playing it for a while, and I should play with him. I definitely recommend it. It sucks that it doesn't have crossplay. That's the one thing that's missing. I wish it had crossplay. If it had crossplay, the player base would be even more healthy. Just make sure that you get it on the same platform as your friend. We'll talk about the Dota collab as well, but I don't play Dota. But I know that Wada Nagashi plays Dota. Have you been playing the Dota collab, Wada? Let's play Dota? This sounds like a terrible idea. Okay. I'm going to go get a coffee, and then we're going to get started. I just want to point out how cute it was when his wife checked if he needs her. What are we talking about? What? Surprised how Capcom ignored their own games universe created by themselves. So many cool badass dragons are from Breath of Fire games. They should bring them back in Monster Hunter Wilds. It still has to be collab because Monster Hunter monsters are different from other games' monsters. But yes, they could definitely collab with themselves. Play Dota but mute all chat. That seems to be a thing. Oh, Vader of Loxley is pointing out, and I'm sorry, it takes me a while longer to catch up to Twitch chat. But Vader of Loxley is pointing out that the 7 women in Nightreign are Death's gentle envoys. They are described on the winged scythe in the base game. And yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to say something that is going to trigger Miss Atomic Giggles, which is... I'm addicted to cinnamon on coffee, bro. It's so fucking good. It's the best. Cinnamon on coffee is so good it should be fucking illegal. That's how good it is. I actually choked on some cinnamon. I might have pushed it a little bit on this one. Coffee with salted caramel. I am addicted to salted caramel, but that just seems like it's way too unhealthy. Serves you right, bitch. Mr. Tummy Giggles, clearly not a man of culture, does not enjoy cinnamon in his coffee. Cinnamon's so good, dude. Coffee is the drink of gods. Wada Nagashi actually doesn't like coffee, right? You don't like coffee, if I remember correctly. Is that cinnamon on espresso or filter coffee? Espresso. I bought a little thing of cinnamon just to have next to the coffee machine. I like coffee, that's why I don't try and mask it with other stuff. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Yeah, but cinnamon's good. See, cinnamon's good for you. It's actually good. Cinnamon is legit good for you because we Googled it the other day and Google was like, yep, cinnamon's good. For all we know, though, Google's like sabotaging us. Cinnamon will actually like cause your IQ to drop or something. Google's like, oh yeah, cinnamon's great for you, buddy. It's great. It's fantastic. Gonna love it. Anyway, quick couple of news. Well, Sony sure looks like says Sony, sure looks like buying Bungie didn't work out. Sales and user engagement have not reached expectations. It's almost like you can only milk your player base to a certain point. And then eventually the players are going to be like, you know what? I ain't a cow. Maybe stop milking me like one. I dare you to take a spoonful of cinnamon and stream. I've done that once. I'm not doing that again. Still remember your video dog walking Bungie and Destiny. Yep. Still feel the same way. Bungie's been having a rough old time ever since its 2022 acquisition by Sony. There have been multiple rounds of layoffs, a delay to the seemingly ill-fated extraction shooter Marathon, and then earlier this year, a report quoting employees as saying morale is in free fall. Well, the latest out of Sony isn't going to help that. In its latest financial report, Sony says that Bungie has failed to meet targets and Destiny 2 is underperforming. The report includes a 31.5 billion yen, approximately 204.2 million. I love how it's just like that 0.2 is so much money. Like that 0.2 million is $200,000. Impairment loss that it attributes to Destiny 2 failing to hit targets, with Chief Financial Officer Lin Tao telling investors regarding Destiny 2, partially due to the changes in the competitive environment, the level of sales and user engagement have not reached the expectations we had at the time of the acquisition of Bungie. While we will continue to make improvements, we downwardly revised the business projection for the time being and recorded an impairment loss against a portion of the assets at Bungie. The writing's been on the wall for some time. Destiny 2 is in doldrums. Marathon feels like it'll need a miracle between now and an apparent March 2026 release. And CEO Pete Parsons departed in August this year after overseeing massive layoffs. Isn't this the guy with the cars? The guy that has like 1 billion classic cars? He's just like, you know, I got my cars. Fuck you guys, I'm out. A notable element of Parsons' exit was that Bungie no longer has a CEO. Instead, as part of Bungie's integration into the Sony machine, Justin Truman is its new studio lead. New studio head. It's also not too much of a stretch to see Sony's statements in the context of catastrophe that was Concord. A major part of Sony's rationale for acquiring Bungie was the studio's expertise in the live service genre, but after taking such an eye-watering loss on Concord and closing its developer, the company's once bullish approach to live service has gone the way of the dodo. It has now canceled 8 out of a dozen live service games that were once in development. A lot is clearly riding on Marathon. PCG's resident Bungie fanatic Tim Clark found plenty to like in the extraction shooter even before the delay. But the mood music around the game couldn't be worse. Even the devs behind Arc Raiders saw the reactions to Marathon's early playtests as some great feedback on what not to do. These are bad times for a once great studio. Listen, Destiny 2 was dirty. It's going to continue being dirty, and they're going to continue doing their player base dirty. And I abhor the business practices of Bungie, and I hope that they never take root in the industry. Yes, it is that bad. For people that don't play Destiny, it is absolutely disgusting how they monetize this game, to the point where, like, imagine this. The way they monetize Destiny is like, imagine the Wilds expansion comes out. Wilds expansion. You get all the new monsters, all the new things, right? And then it's like, hey, you got the expansion. Congratulations. Okay, you have G rank now. You have all these quests, all these amazing things. Except for the fucking new zone. Actually, no. Better yet, imagine Iceborne. Iceborne is actually the perfect example. Imagine the Iceborne expansion. You get everything in Iceborne, except the Guiding Lands. And then they charge you extra for the Guiding Lands. Imagine what it would be like for you to, you just bought Iceborne. You go through Iceborne like having the time of your life, enjoying all of the encounters, all of that stuff. Then you get to the Guiding Lands, and you have to buy it separately from the expansion. That's what Bungie does. Oh yeah, and let's not forget that you also lose access to stuff. So, as you'd be advancing through Iceborne, it'd be like, well, Barioth was getting kind of long in the tooth, so we removed his ass. You can't fight regular Barioth anymore. It's because the game was getting too big, so we removed Barioth. A little bit later, it's like, Tigrex, he's also had its run. We're going to get rid of that one too. That's what Bungie does with Destiny. That story's 3 with Rudy's side story. Good point. That's a good point. Rudy's side story is indeed dirty. It is dirty, I will say. Very much dirty. But yeah, that's the Destiny 2 stuff. We're going to talk more about that, but Longbeard shout-out time. So, thank you very much to Saphirian, James Cheek 7507, Gregory K, Sam Johnson, Hookeye, Venom Pure Evil, J-Hat, Saint Jonathan, Papa W, Pestos, Ricardo Condinho, The Worst Wordmonger, Pascal Calais, Chris Marks, Bam Bam 0141, Victor, Mizzen Jamal, AR 0474, Hidden Aussie, Quirin Das, Travis, The Bug Shaker, Fidel Varela, Astron RH, Angie, Dr. Eisenhower, Sephiroth, Sangetsu, Star Kitsune, Mr. Wipeout. Every time I read Mr. Wipeout's name, I feel like playing Wipeout. Like the racing game. Eugenie, Inquisitor Reed, Jojo Mojo, Eddie Hero, D. Luffy, Killer X316, Draxus K, El Renatos, J. Walco 4, Senior Bacon, Sam Castellan, Devin Widener, Sherlock Para, Fig Stir, Cold Brick, Rhett Pigbank, Rambo the Nerd, Angry Scott Z23, Robert 396, and Shelby Neko. Thank you very much for being listening to this. And as Longbeards, you Giga Chads, tip of the hat, appreciate support. And thank you to everyone that's been incredibly supportive of this live stream as well. All the Iron Breakers out there, everybody, even just watching, I appreciate each and every one of you. Just watching and the like button helps out so much. Thank you guys. Tip of the hat. Appreciate it. Thank you, 82 Mac M. Appreciate that. Now, it seems that we might have gotten the thread that I was expecting. Let me just check here. Here it is. I saw it in chat. One of you guys mentioned it. So this is the new title update info. Before we do that, there's also another thing that I want to bring up, which is here. We'll look at that too, and we'll look at this as well. Obviously, we're going to make this into its own video on YouTube. Yeah. So this list still shows the proper names. Yeah, imagine YouTube being, I don't know, consistent. Now we have problems with the only consistency that YouTube has is being consistently bad with a lot of its features. Once in a World, Rise, and Wilds are my first 3 games. Rise is fun with combat. Once in a Wilds is fun with switching different weapons, etc. They're all enjoyable for different reasons, which I think is good. How's the weather in Portugal? Just had to shovel a metric ton of snow here in Canada. It doesn't snow where I live usually. There was one year where it snowed here, but it's like super freaky rare occurrence. I mean, when I say there was one year that snowed here, I'm talking like literally one day There was one day that snowed here, and I think it was in the middle of summer too. It was really freaky occurrence. Like in the middle of summer, snow falls, and we're like, "What the hell?" It's probably the government doing like secret experiments with their weather machine. Let me get a throat thing though, because I was in the cold for too long yesterday. Bald-headed prick. Who said that? Fuck. Which one of you guys called me a bald-headed prick? Master Beaver, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Isn't Portugal a subtropical climate? I don't know what subtropical even means. We have very mild weather in Portugal. It's usually never too stormy, never too snowy, never too hot. It's usually just like mild. All of us. Me. I love how many people wanted to claim that, like, me, I called you a bald-headed prick. Thinning! Bro, Dova Ninja just saying thinning in all caps in chat. Bro, what the fuck is this? I'm pinning this. Bro, what is that? Thinning! What's the hottest it gets in summer? I think last summer we had like 45 in some days, 45 Celsius where I live. Probably in the south it was warmer. But yeah. What's thinning? Nothing, Victor. Nothing's thinning. Chat going, I'm Spartacus. You've lost weight, obviously. Of course!
So grossly incandescent.
Oh, man. Renex, thank you very much for being with us for 17 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. I'm late. Hope everything is better now. Rory, stupid adult life gives us punches when we least expected. Everything is fine now. We just still need to do some tests. We have medication in case something goes bad when she falls asleep. Everything's fine. The ego is thinning. Cause you ain't got no hair. Jesus! Bro, y'all are too violent, man. Con man, the thinning. Bro, why are you guys like this? I'm trying to put on a show and all I get is bald jokes. I'm not that bald. Not balding, leveling up. See, there you go. Ghost WLF, thank you. The family is doing great now. We're good. Just hoping that we don't have to deal with that again. We'll see. Can you turn around again? I'm almost done. Are you really using my bald head as a mirror? I'm sure you will add this part to the YouTube video you wanted to do. Yes, of course. Of course I will. Anyway. So. Monster Hunter Wilds just got like massive updates earlier today in the Japanese post. We're going to be going over that, but not the Japanese version because they've actually just localized that post. We're going to be checking out all of the new features. There's a couple more things. So there's been a collab. There's a teaser video. I'm going to be checking out that teaser video real quick because I haven't really watched it yet. But apparently there's a crossover with Dota 2. Now, a lot of you guys want me to go play Dota 2, but I suck at Dota 2. The only time I played Dota 2, I got my ass kicked by bots, okay? The bots abused me and had their way with me. But then again, my teammates were not all too kind either because I didn't understand how buying stuff works in Dota 2. So I start buying things and this little pigeon messenger carrier thing starts bringing the things my way and then it dies and it explodes and everything's in the ground and my teammates just go in there and steal everything. And I'm just like, well, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do now. My teammates took all of my gear in this one game where I'm trying to learn how to play this game. And then the bots kept ganking my lane and beat the crap out of me. So I got obliterated. Okay? I got absolutely obliterated the first time I tried playing Dota 2. So I don't think I'm going to get a repeat of that. But anyway. So I don't know what these things are. Like, what are these icons here? That are these like achievements? This almost feels like an achievement list. But we see Monster Hunter monsters in here. Like, isn't that Brocky? That looks like Brocky at least. Like some insect looking thing. Dota 2 heroes? Oh, I guess some of them are using like Monster Hunter equipment. Okay, so what hero is this? She's using dual blades and the Kirin set. This feels like an assassin hero, because every time you see a hero with dual blades, it's an assassin hero, right? Anti-mage. Okay. Ah, Poogie. See, that's something I could play. I could play Poogie. Oh, they only show that? Okay, but I have seen posts from Shincry. He's apparently been having a blast with this. So if you play Dota 2, you can do Monster Hunter things now in Dota 2. Now, the other thing, and this was a little bit of an image that we got yesterday. There's actually a version of this image without the text, which would make things easier to see. I believe that Kogath posted that. So let me just very quickly check that out. Here it is. So they showed this image during the PlayStation State of Play thing, and one of the very important things that they show in this image, obviously we have Gogmazios, we have a hunter here, but if you start paying attention, you're going to see, okay, so there's a hunter here, then there's a hunter here playing the hunting horn. I think my face is not going to be in the way of any of the hunters, but there's a hunter here playing the hunting horn. There's another bowgun hunter here. Then there's the main hunter that's being prominently featured in the artwork here. So that's 3 hunters. Then there's another hunter here wielding what appears to be a hammer. So that's 4 hunters. Then there's another hunter here. So that's 5 hunters. Then there's another hunter here. That's 6. Another one here. That's 7. And then what appears to be Fabios. And that would be 8. Are those the support hunters? Maybe. Maybe it's 4 players and 4 support NPCs. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but there's definitely like 8 hunters in this thing. But yeah. Saphirian 688, thank you very much for being grossing us for 33 months. Tip of the hat. As a long beard, you giga Chad. I'm here lurking because I'm listening while I work. Side note, hearing the story about your daughter had me crying and the people around me were really concerned. I'm sorry. That wasn't the intention. I was just like trying to get you guys updated, but yeah, I can understand. That's one of the reasons why I gave out the warning. Like, depending on everyone's empathy levels, it was some strong stuff at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, anyway, continuing onward. So definitely 8 hunters in here, whether it's going to be 4 hunters plus NPCs, or if it's going to be actually able for you to take 8 hunters into the hunt, or if it's simply to signify that this is going to be a raid hunt, somewhat similar to Safi Jiva, a Cult to Roth, that stuff. So we'll see. 2 teams working. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we finally break the rule of 4. The age-old rule of 4. But now let's jump into the actual updates that the official Monster Hunter account has posted in English. These were posted earlier this morning in Japanese. Let me actually go ahead and retweet this, spread the information around. It's time for a recap of the additional information about Title Update 4 releasing December 16th that was unveiled recently at the Monster Hunter Festa 2025 Paris event. Get ready for Title Update 4 featuring the addition of the Elder Dragon Gogmazios. Hunter rank 100 plus, fire weapon mechanic, dragon element weakness. We talked about this already in the previous video that I did. The oil covering Gogmazios' body can be softened with fire attacks, making it easier to land hits, exposing its weakness to dragon element. preparation for Gogmazios. Let's get it up to Hunter rank 100. By completing the investigations of great hunts, you can gain more Hunter rank points, which will you can use to increase your Hunter rank. Through permanent event quests and other quests, you can raise it. Let's bring along fire weapons and dragon element weapons. The oil covering Gogmazios' body can be softened with fire attacks, making it easier to land hits and exposing its weakness to the dragon element. See, if you happen to just play a weapon like mine, you can just have both. Or because it is that big, maybe 2 teams of 4 from different points of views of his body. That would be interesting. If he's just such a big boy that while you do have 8-man hunts, the other four hunters are just like in their own quest. And then maybe, dude, that would actually be amazing. Like, think about it. What if it is actually a hunt that you take, and if you're just taking it with 4 other friends, then you get like 4 NPCs that go in there. But then there's the possibility of one of the sides failing the quest. That'd be amazing. So like you actually have to do something in order to compensate for something. So like, let's say for instance, on our side, we have to like break one of his legs or something. Otherwise it gets to a point where he does enough, he charges up enough that he just kills the other team. That would be awesome. Jinoga Killer X, thank you very much for being with us for 14 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. I don't think they'll do that, but that would actually be friggin' awesome. But yeah, so fire attacks and dragon element, so it's actually going to make use of the dual weapon mechanics. Then update 2. As well as the new monster Gogmazios, we're also adding new weapon-related endgame features. Materials obtained from Gogmazios can be used with Ardian weapons of rarity 8 to create new, stronger Ardian weapons that have 1 set bonus skill and 1 group skill. Oh no! Chosen at random? Oh boy. It's Safi Jiva all over again. In addition, reinforcement bonuses for them are even stronger than those for the standard Ardian weapons, so prepare to make further use of reinforcement materials such as Orichalcite. From today, the following 2 event quests which yield Ardian materials and ancient weapon fragments rewards will be permanently available: King of a Faraway Sky and Masterless Claws. In preparation for Title Update 4, be sure to forge and upgrade your Ardian weapons. They want you to do Ardian. They really want you to do Ardian. I think that's a bad idea. The reason I don't like this amount of focus on Ardian, I think we should also get stuff to increase the weapons in the weapon tree. Because, like, why would you even want to do the weapon tree when they're specifically telling you, like, get those Ardians up. It's going to be all Ardian. It's already all Ardian. And I understand that for some people you really like that. I really like the weapon tree. Like, I already have like a perfectly rolled Ardian weapon, but I'm probably going to try to roll. The problem is the dragon Ardian weapon is actually not very good because it's long shelling. And we don't really use long shelling all that much. It is massively different from using wide shelling. Wide shelling is just way more powerful than long shelling. Monster weapons should get the augment system now. Yep, agreed. But yeah, so here's a couple more concerns that I have. Materials obtained from Gogmazios can be used with Ardian weapons of rarity 8 to create new, stronger Ardian weapons that have 1 set bonus skill and 1 group skill. Chosen at random. They'll retain the existing reinforcement bonuses. Can I do this more than once? Because, like, imagine this. I did a ton of rolls until I got, like, the perfectly rolled blast gun lance. That's the only perfectly rolled Ardian weapon that I have. I have literally 1. So what happens if I just upgrade that weapon and it gets, like, Mighty Bow or something ridiculous like that I'm never going to use? It's like, well, I guess that's it for that weapon. That weapon's done, brother. That weapon's... No, dude, you can't brick the weapon. Like, you have to be able to re-roll the set bonus and the other thing. So you should be able to re-roll them. because that would be the purpose of doing Gogmazios multiple times. You go in there and you just re-roll your weapons. I would imagine that there's not a world where you can't re-roll this and you just brick your perfectly rolled Ardian, because that would be stupid. So that would be what I would expect in regards of that, but we shall see. In addition, reinforcement bonuses for them are made even stronger than those of standard Ardian weapons. So I'm assuming that once you do this, once it gets a set bonus, you can then further upgrade them with Aura Calcite to increase like whatever bonuses you already have on them. But I would imagine they're not going to re-roll the bonuses, because that would be dumb. And yeah, they're giving us quests to go and collect those materials. But wait, there's more. To help you face the high attack power of Gogmazios, we're also adding a new way to upgrade your armor even further. Through a process called Transcending, you can make your armor even stronger than before after reaching Hunter rank 100. Transcending raises the limits imposed on armor sphere upgrades and also enhances the decoration slots on armor of rarity 5 and 6, supporting their viability in late and endgame content. This, I think, is huge. Because usually with wilds, you're not really looking at the older armor, because either it has really bad slots or it has really bad defense or whatever, and you just end up not really considering it. But if you're able to limit break that armor and you get better slots, like it seems like here, the example shown is Kutku Helm, which goes from a tier 2 and a tier 1, and you get a tier 3, right? Like this is pretty, this is pretty meh. But this is pretty good. The problem is that, you know, Constitution is going to be whatever, right? But like getting a tier 3 on top of the other two is really good. This is super goated. Huge W. Problem is, we don't really have armor spheres, but that is addressed immediately afterwards. In Title Update 4, we're also making armor spheres easier to obtain. But in the meantime, you can gather them through 7-star investigation quests and event quests. So yeah, start grabbing armor spheres, but they are going to be easier to farm on Title Update 4. So we'll see how that pans out. Title Update 4 Info 4. We'll be increasing the amount of smelting points gained from some of the monster parts that have not previously been widely used for our calcite and armor sphere. Thank you! So basically what that means is stop smelting monster parts. Stop right now. Do not smelt. Do not smelt any more monster parts. Save them, because they're going to be worth more come Title Update 4. So keep that in mind. If you're hunting, do not smelt parts right now unless you really have to. Screw me, I used a bunch of monster parts to upgrade the Omega sets. Man, I wonder who else could have done something like that. Do you guys see like a clown nose forming like right about here right now? Like a little red, like Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer? Yeah, it's not Christmas yet, boys. I'm just a clown. So yeah, I did the same thing. Additionally, we'll be implementing the following measures to make armor spheres easier to play for players. Permanent event quests for gathering heavy armor spheres. Ooh! Increase the amount of armor spheres you gain from limited bounties. You can earn armor spheres while gathering materials for the Ardian weapons and appraise talismans through 7+ star investigations. The 9-star investigations of Reidao, Uthuna, Nyudra, and Mizutsune are well suited for gathering hard armor spheres and heavy armor spheres too. Hard armor spheres are easier to get and to follow event quests, Tongue-Tied, and Wrecking Havoc and Wyveria. We plan to implement the following changes to make armor spheres. Okay, so this is just like repeating what we already saw there, increasing the amount of smelting points, amount of armor spheres you gain from limited bounties. Title Update 4 Info 5. 9-star Rathalos will appear in certain locales, and you can save it as an investigation. You can also create a quest for multiple targets, including 9-star Rathalos with other monsters. We'll also be implementing balance changes, buffs for some weapon types in Title Update 4. More details on these adjustments coming soon. Buff Gunlance! Let's go! Don't give a crap about everybody that cries about it all the time. I do not care. That is your problem. Skill issue, my friend. There are way more overpowered weapons than gunlance. To be honest, I don't actually want them to buff gunlance. I'm memeing. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I don't want them to buff gunlance just so that I don't have to hear people constantly bitch and moan about the gunlance in the one game where gunlance is not the bottom of the goddamn barrel, okay? We finally have one game where gunlance ain't the bottom of the barrel and people are like throwing hissy fits left, right, and center about almost as if gunlance is the most overpowered weapon in the game. There are weapons so much more powerful than gunlance. It's crazy. Charge blade buff. I could actually see a charge blade buff coming because charge blade's kind of like not doing so well. Bottom of the gun barrel, yeah. Buff longsword and bow. Have you ever been slapped, Seraph? And when I mean slap, I mean like with the back of the hand, like a backhand slap. Because we can fix that. We can fix that real good. I'll give you a backhand slap, send you back to your ancestors. Okay, send you back through time. Give you a backhand slap, transform you into Marty McFly, send you back to the Wild West. Because if you Ruri, I've become a gunlance main in Wilds. I used to hammer main. Yeah. It's too bad for Hammer Bros. We gain another one. But these are some very interesting changes. The big thing is obviously on Title Info 2, what's going to be happening with the Ardian weapons. And it's like, it's two-folded, right? So number one, we should also be getting some bonus upgrades to the weapons in the weapon tree because it shouldn't just be Ardian, okay? The end game should not just be Ardian. The weapon tree should still be beyond viable. It should be competitive when compared to Ardian weapons. Now, if Ardian weapons are getting a tier above, they're already much better than 90% of the choices in the weapon tree. They're just going to become 100% better than any choice that you can have in a weapon tree. Potentially with the exception of whatever weapon Gogmazios gives you, because it's probably going to be really powerful. But obviously they want you to do Ardian because it's going to be way more customizable than anything else. Particularly because you're going to be able to get, like maybe, you're going to be able to get 3 set bonuses. You're going to be able to get 3 set bonuses with the third set bonus on your weapon. And you're going to be able to get 2 group bonuses if that's something that you're interested in. Which is also very interesting because you could get something like whatever is the Lord's Soul that you can get from Jin the Had, which is like the combination of Crisis and whatever. And then you can also get the Lord's Soul. It's not Lord, it's Lord's Soul as well for what you get from the Gamma versions of armor, and you can get those 2 combined, which could be really good. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't really done any research into that because it wasn't really an option up until this point. But there's going to be some crazy shenanigans going on with that. But I think it's a good thing, but I think that they should also think about something for the weapons in the weapon tree. Then beyond that, additional Aura Calcite, I think that's fine because like Aura Calcite's fairly easy to get, especially once they buff the amount of stuff that you can get from monster materials. So right now the grind is just get monster materials, get loads and loads of monster materials, and whatever armor spheres and stuff that you get along the way, that's fine too. Because then on Title Update 4, you're going to be able to convert those at a better rate than you can do right now. It's just something to keep in mind. The armor stuff also really good. So it's just good news all around. I don't really have many complaints other than the fact that it's random. It being random is really annoying because I remember doing and there was this one weapon that for whatever reason would simply not get, I think it was load shells. No, it was the set beast bonus for Zora Magdaros that I was trying to get on a Safi weapon. And I remember rolling that bastard over 200 times because there was something that tracked how many times you had rolled it. It was like the weapon level or whatever it was. I rolled that weapon over 200 times and it never rolled the thing I needed, which was miserable. I think I save scummed a little bit on Safi'jiiva weapons because, bro, Safi'jiiva was way better than Kol Roth, but sometimes when the stuff was not hitting, it really wasn't hitting. GOG is going to shrink the viable endgame monster pool by a lot. Why? You still got that before I got the Ice Charge Blade? Hey, I was there when you got the Ice Charge Blade on PC on your second save file. You remember how I told you? They're like, we're going to get it. This is the one time. And then you got it? I told you it was going to happen sooner or later. We did it. We did it. It is what it is. But yeah, guys. That's all the news we currently have on Months on the Wilds. I'm assuming that they haven't really updated the website. I'm just out of curiosity to see if there's any updates on the website, but I don't think so. I'll just have the free title update thing, which gives us this. That's pretty much it. Is there maybe like a new... No, I don't think that there's like a new map. Yeah, nothing in the website is even flagged as being updated, so there's nothing there. But yeah, that's what we know so far about all the updates that are coming to Months on the Wilds. It's looking pretty freaking good, if you ask me. Wait, so what are group skills? They're that second set bonus that you get. So like if you get 3 pieces of Zoshia, you get the 2-piece set bonus from Zoshia, which is Super Recovery 1, which also get like a 3-piece group bonus, which is called Ward of Wyveria. It's like a set bonus that it's shared across multiple set pieces. Let me actually lower this table. We've been standing for 2 hours. I think it's time I get to sit down, right? Do I get to sit down now, boys, or do I have to keep standing up? So now it's time for us to check out whatever it is that the dudes over here at Where Winds Meet are doing. The game's coming out on Friday. We're going to see whatever this live stream happens to be. We're going to see if there's anything interesting here. See how we feel. Oh, looks like there was a redemption code for us to get like some free-to-play bonus shenanigans. This is going to be a free-to-play game that is going to be published by NetEase. And that is one of the things that has me very hesitant about this game. We are going to be checking it out on Friday, and we'll see how it feels. But let's get a look, shall we? Oh, there's a pretty long intro. Oh, and here's a countdown.
All these years, I've wanted to see what the jungle is like.
Uncle John, when will you finally let me go out there?
The Jianghu. Everyone dreams of venturing into it. But once they're lost in its vast sea, they seek the nearest shore.
Everstone Studio. amount of characters being shown definitely feels like this would be a gacha. But I actually don't know if it's a gacha or not still. I think people have said it's not. I'm not sure how much I believe that, because I don't know enough about it. You know I'm gonna have to play a badass Chinese one-handed sword. Josh Brown, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. I wonder if it'll have choices that you can make along the way. Stepping into a new world. Okay, explain it to us. But first...
Where Winds Meet is a very unique game.
Yeah, the animations are really good.
So this is a game that
oh, they did a highlight reel.
Combines multiple genres into one in a rather interesting way.
Interesting and beautiful open world. How big the city is and how much detail is packed in.
전체적으로 트리플 A급 오픈월드 게임의
Wonder if the Eric's boys are featured here.
早速動いてるすごいすごいすごい。
你想怎么走，做什么事，完全由你决定。
我玩呢啲武俠 game 咧，我就會覺得好 relax。
Where Winds Meet surprised me by the amount of depth in its systems and content.
Hey everyone, I'm Eric.
Just
from
by the way.
Studio.
Oh damn! Wait, wait, that's Lazy Peon. What the crap, bro?
Hey,
Lazy Peon making bank. That's really cool. They actually have Lazy Peon in there. So I did wanted to point something out just out of curiosity, because like I was just reminded that I'm pretty sure I made a video on this game a very long time ago. Like, watch this. Where Winds Meet Rurikhan. Let me see. Damn it, it doesn't show up. I don't remember if it already had its name back when I made the video. Or maybe it was on something different, but I think it was Where Winds Meet. Yeah, Project Perceiver. Bro, can you load YouTube? YouTube's like, nah, bro, video too old. What, 2 years ago? No, it's too old, brother. We can't possibly load that. That would be against the rules. Like, what's going on, dude? There it is. Jesus, it's so slow. Dude, this used to be like for 10-year-old videos or something like that. This used to be for 10-year-old videos. This video is 2 years old. How's it even possible? It's very much like Sekiro inspired, right? Just looking at the footage feels very much like a Chinese. It won't even load in HD. Like, bro, it's so bad it won't even load in HD. Dude, it ain't the same game, isn't it? Then what is Project Perceiver? So I guess we'll take a look. Yeah, we can't. Inspired, right? Just looking at the footage feels very much. Isn't this looks like it would be that game? It's definitely not Wu Chang. I mean, look at it. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway.
Everyone, I'm Eric from Everstone Studio. Welcome to our global launch preview today. We've got something special. One of our beta players is joining us to explore the world of where winds meet together.
Hello everyone, I'm the Lazy Peon, a gaming content creator, and I'll be your guide to this world for this sneak peek. Today I'll be grilling the devs on the development progress of the game.
I still remember our first trainer review back at Gamescom 2022 in Cologne. That's when we showed the first look of this incredible world. And now, after 3 years of development and feedback from our amazing beta players, we are officially launching.
Poor guy is trying. He's trying, okay? You gotta give him props. He's trying real hard, okay?
Worldwide on November 40th.
As a Where Winds Meet beta tester about to embark on this journey, I already can't wait. Today, let's take a quick look with the dev team at what is at launch.
Where Winds Meet is an open-world action game. You will step into an epic world that's so much more than just kung fu battles.
Bro,
That's
YouTube
right,
is
and as a
real
huge
slow
fan
today.
of open-world games, Where Winds Meet is completely different from any open-world game we've seen so far. So what kind of world are we stepping into exactly? Let's have the devs open the gates and find out. When I enter the world of Where Winds Meet, what can I do?
What I love most is that it truly feels like living inside history. Where Winds Meet is set during China's 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, a turbulent era bridging 2 golden dynasties in Chinese history, the Tang and Song dynasties. Its chaotic age gives rise to incredibly diverse cultures and legends, intertwined to create this living open world. Beyond the main story, the world is filled with tons of side content. The cool part is that the choices we make in some of these stories can actually ripple through the world and even change how certain stories end. It's that timeless dream, just you, your horse, and your curiosity, stepping out into this vast, unpredictable world. You go on adventure.
Give me a second. I can hear my kids misbehave. Give me a second.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Yeah, after what happened, you have to be. You know, I just kind of want to make sure that everything's always handled, that they're always feeling nice, because like, bro, what a scare. Anyway, let's get into this.
Become a wuxia hero
Wuxia
and get into
hero.
trouble sometimes, and ultimately, you get to write your own legend.
For me, being a wuxia hero is all about freedom and exhilarating combat. Where Winds Meet offers a rich variety of combat styles, featuring both traditional Chinese weapons such as the sword, dual blades, spear, mow blade, and rope dart.
Okay, so these are the weapons that wait, more artistic weapons?
More artistic weapons inspired by classic martial arts novels, like the umbrella and the fan.
No, I don't want umbrella or fan. We're going to be the best spear user in the world. Spear and sword is going to be our thing. Spear, sword. I don't want to do Moblade. This looks like great sword. I want to do spear and sword, depending on the moveset, depending on how cool the moveset is, but this is what's...
Weapon has its own distinct rhythm. The mow blade can mow down enemies with its healthiness and sheer force. The dual blades can are light and nimble, great for both offense and defense. And the umbrella is elegantly...
That was like some Captain America shenanigans right there. Look at that.
Great for both offense and defense. And the umbrella is elegantly effortless, as deadly as it is...
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Stealthy. These classic weapons combined with 12 distinct martial arts sets and 23 different mystic arts, such as Leaping Child and Lion Roar, allow everyone to create their own unique combat style. For the animations, we teamed up with Mr. Stephen Tang Wai, a 4-time Hong Kong Film Award winner for Best Action Choreography. We've incorporated tons of film-grade motion capture to recreate aesthetic and traditional martial arts moves. Also, you can enjoy the most exhilarating combat experience as you wander the world. Your Kung Fu master...
Give me a second. Ish.
Out there have a lot to look forward to too. There are a lot of bosses and enemies with different fighting styles across dozens of campings and regions. Even when you are just exploring a quiet valley or wandering into a misty forest, you might stumble into an epic showdown with a world boss.
Epic showdown with the world boss.
If I had to sum up our game in one word, it would be freedom. It feels just like a real world, only better. With martial arts, you are capable of so much more. When you need some fish, you can just grab a rope, or for a little bit of fun, just perform Tai Chi in the water. There you go, a fish bomb.
What do those fish ever do to you? What the crap?
When you need some fish, you can just grab a rope, or for a little bit of fun, just perform Tai Chi in the
Every game needs a fishing minigame, right?
water. There you go, a fish bomb. Need a quest item from an NPC, your options are quite open. Ask around for clues, negotiate a gift, or offer a generous sum to buy it outright. If you have learned the skill, there are always the option of using Moon Grabber to snatch it.
Give me a second.
Away. We are building a world that feels alive, where days fade into nights, weather changes on the wind, and everything keeps moving all on its own. We bring a thriving city of Kaifeng to life, with thousands of NPCs living and going about their daily routines in it, and your choices may shape their destinies.
So there will be choices in the actual story of the game.
Be kind, and you might be rewarded with rare treasures or secret quests. Get on their bad side, and you could end up in a wuxia-style duel or being chased by their entire crew. In a world this vast, you can become anyone and live any life you want. Travel alone or walk your chosen path with others. There are no fixed rules here. You enter this world with nothing except the freedom to wander, to explore, and to go where the wind takes you.
Not to worry. Even if you are not familiar with Chinese aesthetic, that won't stop you from appreciating the beauty of this world. Every flower, every blade of grass, every rooftop tile. You can stroll the streets of Kaifeng, traverse the wind-swept plains, or even dance in the floral splendor.
That horse running animation, though. I know, listen, I'm a stickler when it comes to animations, okay?
Traverse the wind-swept plains.
That's looking a bit rough. I'm not gonna lie, that's looking a bit rough.
Or even dance in the floral splendor of Rurikhan Hall. More than just captivating scenery, there is a living authenticity to it all. From the layout of city streets, NPC attire, and the nitty-gritty details. The food people eat to how they work and play. We brought all of it to life.
I wonder if we know what engine it is. Do we know what engine this is? The Messiah engine. Okay.
Based on historical records, and we've even recreated 1,000-year-old artworks and poetry.
It's not UE5. According to Google, it says that it's called NetEase Messiah Tools. So it's the Messiah engine, which I've never heard about. Let me see what other games are developed on the Messiah engine. Development of Messiah engine began in 2007. First game released 2013. Zhao Yukun. Engine now supports multiple platforms. NetEase demonstrated the engine at E3 2016 with its game Tianxia. The engine was used to develop 9 games, including Diablo Immortal. That's a bad example. It's a fucking bad example, brother. That's not what I want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing about fucking Diablo Immortal, bro.
It's a beauty that transcends language, and I'm sure that every wanderer will be able to appreciate this enduring aesthetic heritage.
Entering Where Winds Meet for the first time, you'll be immediately blown away by an immense level of both detail and stunning natural beauty in the open world. You'll look off into the distance, see mountain peaks, ancient structures, and have the freedom to travel there. Basically, every structure is enterable. You can interact with every NPC, and the world is full of secrets to discover. It truly does feel alive.
That's all right.
Being able to interact with every NPC, not necessarily a good thing unless every NPC has something meaningful to tell you.
Our global launch will begin with the Qinghe and Kaifeng regions.
I've also known that you've
Okay, so it's only going to have 2 regions, but they plan on adding more.
been hard at work developing more unique regions that are coming down the pipeline. Well, first, let's take a peek behind the curtains of the areas of Qinghe and Kaifeng. What kind of world are we about to enter?
When I've got some time to kill, I love just meandering around Qinghe. This is where the martial arts dream begins and every wanderer's first and most idyllic safe haven. Qinghe has wide open plains, humble villages, and breathtaking...
Jesus, I'm so sorry guys, give me a minute. Yeah, it releases on Friday. I just don't know at which time. Do you guys know what time it releases, by the way?
Nature's ecosystems. The diverse landscapes included vast wilderness, secluded hamlets, flowing rivers, and deep caves.
Why is thinning pinned up top? Because it was the sickest burn I've received today.
Although I hear recently there have been some problems with law and order, there's somebody pretended to be a wanderer going around talking about wuxia dreams and such, setting fire to wasp nets, stealing the horses of travelers, and picking fights with a village goose. People who pass by also seem to find things missing from their pockets. So strange. Actually, beneath this tranquil, idyllic land, there are winding underground caves teeming with martial arts secrets and mystery legends. In Still Shore, the tears and dreams of a faceless man hide secrets of a former dynasty. The Bodhi Sea, which once held back countless enemies, now lies as a vast wasteland.
My name is Gyobu Masataka Oniwa!
And does someone still linger behind the veil of its crumbling ramparts? Atop Hello Peak, countless people look out for the return of someone, but only faint traces can be glimpsed throughout Qinghe. Is it illusion or something more? There are even more regions and stories waiting for you to explore. But the most important thing is that this will always be the start of your adventure and a home you can return to when the going gets rough.
Kaifeng is a city of contrast. Experience the dazzling Revelry Hall, stroll through bustling ancient streets, explore the majestic Imperial Palace, or uncover the mystery of the shadowy ghost-like market. If you spend just one day in Kaifeng, you can listen to music in the Pleasure Quarter, gazing out upon the city lights like a careful...
Did she say Pleasure Quarter? Giggity.
Free wanderer. Or you can join the common folk, seeking the legend of the Golden Leaf and rebuild rundown streets through righteous heroism. Or you can dive into the city's shadows, uncover buried secrets in the Ghostlight Market. We've populated Kaifeng with over 10,000 NPCs that you can interact with. They can be your informants, dual opponents, witnesses to crimes, drinking buddies, and instigators of adventure. With our smart NPC system, every person you met feels real. Each character has their own unique habits and personality. When it rains, they will dash for cover, and might even start a conversation with you on the way. As you explore, you will also discover all kinds of folk culture, from shadow puppetry, and pitch pot games to card tables, local opera.
So it has
and lion
everything
dance.
you would expect from an open world.
Shadow puppetry bring folk tales to life
And then
with
some.
nothing more than light, shadow, and a touch of magic. Ma Diao may look like a simple card game, but it's packed with strategy and street smarts. And as you explore, you can uncover over 1,200 artifacts across 16 types. This whole world is yours to discover. Think of it as one big gift, just waiting to be opened.
As you explore this great wide world, we hope to return to the purest and most sublime expression of martial arts fantasy. Aku point strikes, Tai Chi techniques, the mighty drop, the lion's roar, form and intent feats, telekinesis, wall striding, and so on. This game brings to life these romantic visions so deeply rooted in wuxia fantasy. The core concept of our work is a crossover and mashup of Chinese wuxia fantasy with an open world game. Wuxia warriors shatter limits and break.
This reminds me of like those really old Chinese MMORPGs. I don't know if you guys played those. Like the one that I'm reminded right now, I think it was called Silk Road Online or something like that. I remember playing something with a name similar to that.
These conventions through their martial arts. And in this wuxia world, every wanderer is free and unrestricted. While exploring the world, we've set up many hidden places like a secret room under a stone slab. So for example, one might think to use mighty drop to crash through the floor and get to the underground. Or for example, for a treasure trove behind a stone wall.
Wait, run that by me one more time.
Get to the underground. Or
bro is going to throw a bear. He's going to literally throw a bear through a wall. I'm just pointing that out so that you guys are aware of what is happening right now.
For example,
a black bear. No pro. He grabbed him by the dick. Look at the bear's like, ah, not my dick. He gave him the dick grab. It's like, swah! Swah! I got you by the balls. He's like, ah! The bear is so scared. He's just going like, wait, what do you mean? Referee, this is a low blow. Wait, what was that meme of that drunk guy, whatever it was? Give him the dick twist. The old dick twist. Right in the bare necessities. Bro, this is fucked up.
Treasure trove behind.
And he just like eats him like he's nothing. He eats that poor bear like he's nothing. What do you mean?
I might use Tai Chi to use bear's weight to break open the stones and get the loot. In Where Winds Meet, you can always use any method you can imagine to achieve your goals and explore the delights of this world.
Just hearing the developers talk about all this fills me with an immense excitement to play the game again. Where Winds Meet isn't just an open world, it's a fully realized world.
It is indeed, as they say, wherever there are people, there is the Jianghu. In such a vast world, there are tons of stories waiting for you.
The journeys of countless warriors unfolding in this vast world, forging legendary tales. Listen with me to what sort of story the wind blows our way. What sort of story will we encounter in the world of Where Winds Meet?
In our opening trailer, the characters will show Jiang Wulang, Han Xiangxun, and Yi Dao. They are foundational to the protagonist's early years. They represent home, family, and ultimately, the ones who inspired the MC's dream of becoming a wanderer. The story begins...
Do we know if there's a character creator for this game, by the way?
In Qinghe, in the main storyline, we are the young master of blissful retreat. Our identity is a mystery, but we know that Aunt Han and Uncle Jiang raised us from childhood. The MC is always asking, Uncle Jiang, when are you going to take me to see the Jianghu? Well, as fate would have it, the answer comes sooner and far more dramatically than expected. That very day, a mysterious figure steals the jade pendant. The protagonist heads into town to prepare for the celebration, and in doing so, stumbles upon the secret behind Everclear Clinic, only to be swept up into the world by a dark undercurrent, marking the...
Bro, what if I'm able to make a dwarf? If they let me make a wuxia dwarf, I'm gonna make a wuxia dwarf, dude. It's gonna be crazy. If you get to actually change the character's height.
Beginning of an adventure-packed journey. As the story moves into the Kaifeng chapter, we make our way into Heroic Assembly and learns the legend of the gold-making vessel from the amber of its invitation. Now, is it truly a miraculous treasure, or is it actually a key piece in a much deeper and darker mystery? It's here that the journey really escalates. We started as a complete outsider in this sprawling city, but through a series of fateful events, we will find ourselves tangled in real historical conflicts and conspiracies. But in the end, we will realize that even though we may seem like merely grist for the mill of fate, a true hero can still carve a path of survival for the common people. And as for how that all plays out, well, I'm afraid we will have to save that for you to...
Are you crying, Ruri? No, I just get stuff in my eyes all the friggin' time.
Discover in the game.
I suffer from dry eyes. They're really dry all of the time.
We use an innovative approach that combines overt and hidden storylines. The overt storyline, the main chapter...
Also, I missed that one, but Ace and Cats, thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you.
Follow the hero's personal journey, experiencing the growth of a true hero. The hidden storyline, on the other hand, is told through fragmented narratives, with clues scattered across various details of exploration. The main storyline plot accounts for roughly 20% of the overall story, and as the hidden story unfolds, we learn more about the vast forces at work and its past secrets. Meanwhile, the player's exploration of the world and the story is the critical linchpin connecting the overt and hidden storylines. All of this combines to form a vivid and immersive wuxia experience. Perhaps a roadside beggar or a random book in a room will provide a clue to the hero's identity, or even impact the massive conspiracy involving imperial court. It's just like actual history. Under the surface, it's teeming with legends that spark the imagination. But no matter what joys or tears lie ahead, for a young wanderer like you, constantly pining to explore the world, we hope the story you write for yourself will be enjoyable.
Thank you, devs, for that description of such an enticing world. No matter what joys or tears lie ahead, surely those tears won't be mine, right? The beginning of the player's journey is this little bamboo groove hut right beside us. Eric, have you prepared any gifts for us wanderers starting out in this world?
Of course, with the coming global launch, we have a welcome gift for all the players and even more gifts. Global launch, we have a welcome gift for
Bucket Man. Wait, a leak? What is this? Far-fetched? She's far-fetched. 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 She's got a leak. And a beak. A leak and a beak, and that's a far-fetched.
all the players, and even more gifts are waiting for you to uncover in the game.
When exclusive outfits for free.
In this world, not only are you free, but all the in-game content is totally free too. There's no pay to win in our games.
Oh, that's a big fucking statement. You know who's publishing this game, brother? Bro, people over there at NetEase being like, wait, he said what? Excuse me, we need a meeting with Mr. Eric from Everzone Studios. What is going on over here? This man's saying there's no pay to win? How are we going to make money? Dude, NetEase right now, like I'm telling you, the CEO of NetEase just shat a brick about yay big when bro said there's no pay to win in our games, okay? He shat a brick like this. Okay, he's like, what? What do you mean? He missed the yet. Wait, what?
According to the developers, later versions will launch in-game content updates via themed seasons, some of which advance the core world narrative, whilst others will focus on introducing new game modes and limited time events.
But what won't change is that all the post-launch updates will be totally free to play, and our first season Bled Out is going to be ready for us.
After overviewing...
Okay, so there's going to be seasons, and that's probably where they're going to monetize it, right? You're going to have to buy like a battle pass or something. But to be honest, if there's no gameplay changing stuff, I'm actually okay with that. If nothing in the past, like, by the way, a lot of people have different definitions of what pay to win is. So let me just make one thing clear to everybody. If you give someone a 0.0000001% increased EXP, that's pay to win. That's my definition of pay to win. If you give somebody like a 0.000000000 up to infinity 1% increased EXP, to me that's pay to win. That's where it goes. Or literally anything along those lines that any impact, okay? Yeah, like Wada is saying, saving time. I don't want to hear none of this argument about like, it's not pay to win, it's pay for convenience. No. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit, okay? If it's cosmetics, I'm fine. No issues whatsoever. But if there's any of these shenanigans of like, well, we give the players a little bit of convenience, like, no, that's pay to win. Okay, shut the fuck up. That's just pay to win with additional steps. All right.
All this content together, I gotta say, Where Winds Meet is one of the most unique open world games I've ever seen. The same hero can wander the wilderness or be a face on a crowded city street or kick back and do nothing. Whoever knew a wanderer's world could be so free and unfettered?
And I will say more. If they make the promise never to include any of that stuff, I will spend money on the game.
So
hey,
that's
Zen,
why
what's
we
up?
say it is the first Wuxia opened world for us. Wuxia is about freedom, love, and justice, breaking your limits.
You can buy a limited amount of crafting mats to upgrade your weapon. See? There you go. There you go, dude. There you go. In-game currency? I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's continue.
Free like the wind, and when all these free spirits meet up, that's what creates the world. Alright everyone, that's it for our global launch preview. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Don't forget, Where Winds Meet launches globally on November 40th. And don't forget to pre-register on our website and get sweet rewards. You can also wishlist the game on Steam, PlayStation, and Epic stores. Follow us on social too. We can't wait to explore the world with you guys.
I already can't wait. I wish it was November 14th already. But at least for now, I have the opportunity, along with the devs, to show you all a clip of the Xinghe region mystery side story, Tian Ying. Just a moment, it's starting soon.
Okay, let's look at it.
Hey everyone, thanks for waiting. I'm the Lazy Peon, and welcome to the Where Winds Meet live gameplay demo.
Hi there, I'm Dalen, the combat designer on Where Winds Meet team, and super excited to be here today.
First off, a quick intro. This demo will focus on showcasing the hidden storyline boss in Xinghe, the battle against Mioshan. Word is, he's the guardian behind Xinghe's secret plotline, and honestly, there's something really mysterious about him.
That's right, we are heading to one of Xinghe's key spots, the Halo Peak. So this was once the site where a divine halo appeared, and the villagers believed it was a heavenly sun. So they gathered here, carved a massive grotto, and to try to raise 1,000 brutal statues in devotion.
Sounds like Mioshan's identity is anything but straightforward.
Yeah, absolutely, but we won't spoil it too much. Legend has it that when the halo shines upon this place once more, then Master Mioshan will return to his homeland, and the truth will be unveiled by you, the Wanderers.
Alright, enough talk. Let's dive in and chat whilst we play.
Sure, let's go.
Okay, so this guy is some kind of monk or something?
Yeah, exactly. Mioshan actually is a very famous monk because he actually helped a lot of people, and so you can also hear some like information during the exploration of the world.
I think I remember whilst exploring Xinghe, there was lots of like NPCs and books that would mention him actually. Okay.
Cold Break, thank you very much for being Russ Gaddis for 24 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. As a Longbeard, you get Chad. And 82 Mac Mam, thank you very much. Mac M, thank you very much for being for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate support. This game is going to be dope. What I mean with in-game currency is that it's earned in-game. You don't pay for that. The only money you can spend is for gacha outfits, which are pure cosmetic. Okay, if that's how it works, I will actually spend money in the game. Because that's the type of free-to-play games that we need to support. There's free-to-play games that will only ever charge you for additional cosmetics, and they do nothing that affects gameplay in any way. That is the type of stuff we should support, the way that I look at it.
So is this like a phase 1? It looks like he's attacking very relaxed.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So, like in the
perfect dodge there.
Phase, you will notice here.
So it looks like this would be his heals, maybe? I don't know. He's got 9,998. Let me just get my ugly face out of the way so that you guys can see it. But we have a little bit of the interface here. So R2, I'm assuming this is to do some special moves or something. Then L2 does some different ones. Charge, skill, hold, accessibility options, operation selection. We have some buffs here at the bottom. Some buffs, debuffs on the boss as well. We have some objective stuff and whatnot. So this is going to be very by the book open world experience, it seems like.
His attacks is mostly range. Wait, let me dodge this.
Oh, nice.
R2
Yeah,
martial arts, L2
so
is weapon arts.
It seems
okay.
like he's not like fighting with you, or like he's not like fighting out of anger, more like trying to keep you at bay.
The animations look
nice
good,
combo you've just pulled
but
yeah, it looks like he doesn't like by his
the hit animations don't really transfer as well as I'd like.
Animations, he doesn't really want to fight you right now. He's not. Maybe he's hiding something.
Nice dodge.
Counter.
Yeah, and exactly. And I think I will got him pretty soon. Oh,
careful.
Take some damage there.
Okay. Very fast.
Nice. Okay. Another cutscene.
Yeah.
He's broken his staff.
Now we go to the second stage. And actually it's not the second stage of the boss fight, but also shows the second stage of Mioshan's life.
Okay. Oh, is he turning into like monk? Is this monk phase, like hand-to-hand combat, melee?
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, he's looking a little bit more serious now.
Yeah.
But I still feel like he's holding something back. I don't know.
Oh, bro's like Earthbender.
Yeah, you can see he actually just summons an avatar like, oh, you can see right here. So he summons he summons the avatar like a Rakshasa stance, and it's very dangerous. So I need to be.
I love how he's just like, oh yeah, you can summon your little avatar thing. I'll just be over here exploiting with my bow, shooting you in the head.
That's a crazy ultimate.
Yeah.
Okay, don't get hit by that. You will die. Nice deflect. Nice. Oh, love it when you get that counter. You've broken his posture. Big combo.
So when you face the right light attack, you need to use the deflect.
Yeah.
As like
he didn't use the finisher there, I don't think.
Oh, it's got you with the big combo.
Also, yeah, I missed the timing this time, so I got hit. So deflect is, if you successful, you will be like very helpful. But if you lose it, you will also
ultimate
be hurt.
Careful.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
This is he's out on the second stage. Yeah, I need to heal. Nice deflect.
Perfect parry. So you got like Sekiro style parries.
Pull off those deflects and get the combo.
Yeah, exactly. Very.
By the way, what's up with the spear he's got on his back? Does that have like a special mechanical component to it? Like a gun lance?
Achieved.
That was fast.
I'm just so nervous right now, and I can't even talk because he actually attacks so fast.
I see your hands are starting to sweat a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
Okay, nice.
Let's see if we can. And here.
I love that combo that you do right there. But phase 3, well done. Nice.
Nice.
So, another cutscene, that means it's not over yet.
Yeah, so...
Wait.
This is his true form, the assassin, Tian.
Oh, the mask is finally coming off, and he doesn't really look like a monk to me. He looks more like an assassin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, phase 3. Now he's gonna not hold back, I assume. Oh, the speed of those attacks, he's just blinking through you.
Exactly, so on like the third stage, speed goes very fast and you need
to
be very careful.
I hadn't noticed the stamina gauge to the left.
You almost got his posture down.
Almost.
Nice.
2,
I wonder
3. Oh.
You're low?
I missed it. Almost. Oh.
You got him? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Big combo here. Execute. Nice.
Almost up.
So I wonder if he has like a ultimate in phase 3, like phase 2.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh,
that is
get
so
rocked.
hard to parry.
It's legendary assassin. Yeah, he also has an ult on the third stage. 2, 3. Nice.
Nice. Oh, you're really low. Quick, drink.
It's okay. We're good.
I can't imagine this.
Ooh.
2, 3.
Come on, Dylan.
Oh.
Guarding
wait,
key
what's
core.
this? He's jumping up. Is this another ultimate?
Yeah, this is the ult for his third stage. And actually, he just... Are
those clones?
Yeah.
Yo, what? He was difficult enough on his
Earth
own.
clone jutsu.
I need to use deflect for Tian's attack. And if I deflect here successfully, one clone will be disappeared.
Oh, I see. So the clones attack first, but he attacks from the shadows.
Yeah, exactly.
And to defeat the clones, you need to deflect the clones. I see.
No, you need to deflect him.
Wow.
What a pity.
Better luck next time. Go again.
Yeah. Let me just try again, but we'll do better next time.
He was just warming up. It's a bit rusty.
He's just warming up.
Exactly. So for the third stage, you need to use the deflect to kill those clones, and otherwise you are facing 14 at the same time. And trust me, it will
14?
be hard.
You've had a warm up now. You've got it this time. Phase 1. Make light work of this.
Stage 1 should be easy for me this time.
Also, the stages don't reset, so this is going to have some really hard boss fights. I like that.
Nice.
I like how in phase 1 it kind of eases you into the fight and it progressively gets more and more difficult.
I heard you can adjust some difficulty features with regards to your parry windows and stuff. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
you should never mess with
because
parry
at
timings
the
and
first
difficulty
stage,
options.
Yamsen is shown as a monk, and
There's also a
he always
hardcore mode
help
where your
people,
character gets
and
deleted.
Just
Okay.
like Miao Shan's first stage, he don't really want to hurt you. He just want to actually leave himself
That's
alone.
beautiful. That deflect is so nice.
Yes, we got him.
The audio-visual feedback from the combat in this fight as well, it's super impressive. Like the animations, it's quite an epic battle to watch.
Yeah, so for the second stage, there's a little
Not get hit
trick.
by this again.
I won't. If you stand on the edge of the map, you won't be hit. So this is a little trick.
Bit of a pro tip for the viewers, say.
Nice. I got it.
Be honest, this took you a few tries when you first made this boss, right?
Exactly.
This isn't a boss that you probably expected to get down on your first attempt. This is one of the more challenging bosses in the game, would you say?
Yeah, this is one of the I think one of the most challenging boss in Qinghe era.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Qinghe is just the starting region, so there's even more challenging bosses after this as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We also have a very large region. We also have a very large region in Kaifeng, and yeah, there's also lots of bosses there. Yeah, if you stand here, it will be safe. But if you don't, it will be very hard to deflect all the attacks because this.
So if you don't stand in the safe spot over there and you used to stand in the middle, would you need to deflect when the hammer comes down?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Deflect at a certain time, and you also can not hurt by him.
Oh, you're playing this very well. Big combo. I think you can push into phase 3 here.
Yeah, I think so.
There it is. Nice. Okay,
Big
this is
combo.
the run. No pressure.
The third stage is actually very difficult, very intense.
Nice. I'll let you focus here.
2, 3.
Nice.
Actually, every time I beat this boss, I will just say 1, 2, and 3 to count for myself. 2, 3. Oh, a little bit earlier.
That is big punish.
So even as the guy that designed the boss, it's still a little bit difficult for you.
Yeah. This boss is really tough. Nice.
That was perfect. Well played. I need to learn this short sword
Big
combo that
damage.
you're doing, because that's really good damage. You're a little bit low. Oh.
Guessing he doesn't have any more
Might be
health.
the
No, he
run,
does
yeah.
have it.
The difficulty with the heal is finding the right moment to heal without him attacking.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did that perfectly there.
Oh, this time I'm lucky. He didn't use the ult right now.
Yeah. Is it random when he decides to use the ult? You got him with no ulti.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Actually, it's also a little trick. If you keep a little bit distance with him, he will have lower possibility to use the ult.
Oh,
yeah. So
it's nice that it's not completely scripted like that every time.
So
That's
this
cool.
is a little bit trick.
And there it is. You got him.
Yeah, nice. And there's even more stories and more information about Tianyin in the exploration world. So yeah, hope you guys like it and hope you guys can find the story behind the Tianyin.
If this is an early boss in the game, I can't imagine what's to come later on, so
yeah.
Be very exciting to see it.
So due to time constraints, we've only shown the tip of the iceberg, but in the open world exploration, there's tons of contents waiting for you to explore.
That's a wrap for this preview live stream. Thank you for joining us. For more on Tian Ying's story and tales of other legendary heroes, dive into the game yourself and find out.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming and tuning in. See you on November 14th.
Oh, so the stream is actually not 1 hour. It's actually much shorter. Okay. I thought it was going to be like 1 hour, and I was, whoa, what? Oh, and they just played the outro twice.
Woo! Where wins meet. Once I started playing through it, I was blown away. From the story to the interesting characters, a lot of side activities.
Oh, this is collected from the community?
The world is beautiful. The graphics are great. The gameplay is great. Everyone else will be able to enjoy it as much as I have just from the last beta. Because I know November 14th is around the corner and, man, people will be surprised. Keep doing y'all thing. Yo, what is that noise? What was the flock of geese coming here, yo? They look angry. I gotta get out of here. You can stay if you want to. Peace!
I fell in love with the way the game offers everything.
개봉의 야경과 임.
It looks interesting, looks promising. We'll check it out for sure on Friday, but just need to make sure when it launches. People are saying it's going to be like 10 p.m. my time, which that kind of sucks. Let's see. 10 p.m. is kind of like a rough time for me to stream. One day and 22 hours. Now wait, no, it's gonna be Thursday night. 1 day and 22 hours is Thursday night. No, because today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. So 22 hours, that means that 24 hours would have been 2 hours ago. So it's 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. my time. According to this counter, it would be 3 p.m. my time. Why are they saying that it's 10 p.m.? According to this, it would be 3. 3, 4, give or take. Is there an official website? They said pre-installation would actually be today. They said it would be the 12th. Oh my god, they have cross progression? That's pretty good. Having cross progression is really neat. Wonder if it's going to be always online though. Oh, here it is, 22 UTC. Oh, this pre-download. See, pre-download is going to be today in about 5 hours. 2 days, 4 hours. Yeah, 2 days, 4 hours would be correct. It would be Friday at 10 p.m. $2 p.m. PST. 10 p.m., yes. Is there one for Great Britain here, like London? London, United Kingdom, 10 p.m. Yep. That's definitely what they're saying here. Will we give it a try? I will. I'll give it a try. It looks promising, so we'll see where that pans out. So, in the meantime, Arc Raiders publisher defends generative AI use, insists every game company is now using it. Arc Raiders publisher Nexon has defended the game's use of generative AI, suggesting players should assume that every game company is now using AI. Arc Raiders, like developer Embark's 2023 shooter The Finals, declares it uses AI in development, stating on its Steam store page, "During the development process, we may use procedural and AI-based tools to assist with content creation. In such cases, the final product reflects the creativity and expression of our own development team." Embark expanded on this with PC Games End. Man, my voice is just gone right now. Embark expanded on this with PC Games End, recently saying Arc Raiders in no way uses generative AI whatsoever, stressed that it used something called machine learning or reinforcement learning and that it's to do with the locomotion for our larger drones with multiple legs, but there's no generative content whatsoever. However, in the same interview, design director Virgil Watkins added that with regards to its controversial text-to-speech system, it hired and contracted voice actors for it. It's part of their contract that we use AI for this purpose, and that allows us to do things like our ping system, where it's capable of saying every single item name, every single location name, and a compass directions. That's how we get that without needing to have someone come in every time we create a new item for the game. So they're using AI for voice acting. I'm real, I'm not a fan of that. I don't know that you need to say every item name. You could just say, we got a gun here. Got a cool gun here. I got a wedding to go on the next day, so I can't binge it. Yeah. So I'm not a fan of them using AI for the voice actors stuff, but the voice actors, if they got paid for their work and they wanted to do it, I mean, people should be free to do what they want. I just don't think it's good for voice acting as a whole that voice actors are, you know, essentially selling their voices as a one-time thing. And I'm hoping at least the voice actors got paid very, very well to do it. Now, in a fresh interview, as translated by Automaton, Jung-Hun Lee, CEO of Arc Raiders publisher Nexon, not only championed AI for improving efficiency in both game production and live service operations, but also stated, "I think it's important to assume that every game company is now using AI. First of all, I think it's important to assume every game company is now using AI, but if everyone's working with the same or similar technologies, the real question becomes, how do you survive? I believe it is important to choose a strategy that increases your competitiveness." Certainly feels as though Lee's comments ring true. EA CEO Andrew Wilson said AI is the very core of our business. Square Enix recently implemented mass layoffs and reorganized it, saying it needed to be aggressive in applying AI. Dead Space creator Glenn Schofield also recently detailed his plans to fix the industry in part via the use of generative AI in game development. And former God of War dev Megan Morgan Juinho said, "If we don't embrace AI, I think we're selling ourselves short." Bro, everybody is jumping in. Everybody is jumping in. Everybody's jumping in on the AI bandwagon, dude. Conversely, Nintendo has bucked the trend, with Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto previously stressing that the company would rather go in a different direction than the rest of the video game industry when it comes to AI. That said, the use of AI clearly hasn't held Arc Raiders back. It's now sold over 4 million copies worldwide in less than 2 weeks since its release, cementing its commercial success. Nexon also revealed that the extraction shooter had reached a huge concurrent count of 700,000 players across all platforms. Arc Raiders raises the bar for extraction shooters pretty much across the board, with an incredibly gripping progression grind, tense fights against NPCs and other players that make for memorable matches, and loot that feels completely worth all the work and stress it takes to obtain it, which returned with an amazing 9 out of 10. The fact that it manages to also run well and look amazing, all the while just downright impressive. Even if a few bugs here and there lead to a rare rage quit, for years I've been wondering when someone would take the awesome promise of this genre to the next level, and Arc Raiders is without question what I've been waiting for. Interesting. But yeah, lots of people are jumping in on the AI bandwagon. That's for damn sure. IGN, the review for the game is trash. Poor trash. I thought the one that was trash was Eurogamer. Because Eurogamer dinged it really hard for the AI stuff. IGN dumped the game when everyone else loves it. They said the IGN review is 9 out of 10. I think you're confusing IGN with Eurogamer, Victor. I'm fairly certain you're confusing IGNs with Eurogamer. Because they just said that their own review is like 9 out of 10. It is IGN. This is the most fine game we've played in a while. Didn't they score it a 9 out of 10? This might be an op-ed. This doesn't seem like it's the review. This is the first preview. Oh, this is the preview. That's not the review. This was 6 months ago. This is before the game came out. Where was it? See? 9. Amazing. With polished gunplay and irresistible grind, Arc Raiders sets a new standard for extraction shooters. Anyway, guys, my voice is like gone from all the stress. I need to like rest my voice a little bit because I'm not going to be able to speak if I keep going. So I'm going to call the stream here. Thank you all very much for the outstanding amount of support. You guys are way too nice. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Love y'all. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.